Here in ALR Gold Season 3. And we're in the Hockenheim ring then for round number 9 already. Fantastic season so far, isn't it? And before we get into the lobby, let's just take a quick look at the trap map, shall we? Of course, you can see then, if any old school fans remember the older Hockenheim ring, of course, it's a bit of a shallow its former self, isn't it? But it's still 17 turns around this 2.8 mile circuit. It used to be a lot longer than that. It used to be 45 laps around here, remember, back in the good old days of 2001 and before. But well, unfortunately, of course, we 2002 onwards, and it's become more of a condensed version of the German Grand Prix. But my goodness me, we've had some action around here, haven't we? It's been brilliant the last couple of races, hasn't it? And that Sachs curve right there has produced a memorable moment back in 2018, didn't it? Where Seb Vettel found the wall there in probably one of the most pathetic incidents you'll ever see in Formula One. There, unfortunately, though, that is the perils of wet weather, isn't it? Anyway, we're just loaded into the lobby now, then. We're very much on it like Sonic tonight, innit? Or on it like a car bonnet, and I can go on and on with all those kind of things, but I'm not going to tonight because we got to be sensible on a Sunday, don't we? No, just taking a quick look at the drivers and the constructors, and before we get into the session itself, then Grant T-Boy is currently leading the championship by 12 points so far from Emerson, who is second. Nigel is 4 points away from breaking into the 100 mark already. Incredible stuff, isn't it? Unfortunately, he's 27 points behind Emerson and 39 points behind Granty so far. Jonathan on 82 points in 4th position, with Echo in 5th position. Alfa Romeo boys are doing fantastic so far, aren't they? Really good stuff indeed. From the Alfa Romeo boys. Fisher moving up to 6th. An incredible race last time out. It looks like Fisher is either win or bust at the moment in the season, but he's moved up into 6th position, and Farf dropping down 1 to 7th. Far shot in 8th position, 9th for Steve, and 10th position is Matt there in the top 10 currently. Other man that has moved up a number of positions last week was Murphy. Murphy doing a good job moving up 6th positions. Fantastic stuff. In the relegation zone, we have Stringy on 7 points, Gooner on 6 points, and Toon, who really needs to get off the mark, doesn't he? Now he's had unfortunately had a bit of a rough start to his ALR career, hasn't he? In the Constructors' Championship, of course, I'm really on it tonight, and I'm blimey, I'm very impressed with myself. In the Constructors' Championship, we have Mercedes, who is leading the way, 2 points in front of Williams in 2nd position. 3rd position is Alfa Romeo, as we mentioned before, but the the battle at the top there is 4 points and separates the front three of Mercedes, Williams, and Alfa Romeo. Fantastic, isn't it? Racing Pointer in 4th position there, 29 points behind Alfa Romeo, 33 points off the lead. Toro Rosso moving up 3 positions there, now up into 5th position. Remember, we was tipping them for constructors wins, weren't we? At the beginning of the season. It's not gone so well so far. Haas, Ferrari, and Red Bull have all dropped down 1 position, but listen to this, Ed. It's basically like 10 points separates 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. It's brilliant stuff as well. Renault then, of course, the constructors champions, are down in 9th position at the moment, and 10th position is the McLaren team, who are bringing up the rear there, as it stands. Said. Just take a quick look at the any special landmarks tonight. Well, we've got a couple of landmarks actually. We got Steve making his 20th race start in ALR, impressive stuff, and also Mr. Elite as well making his 20th start as well. Dan Murphy is actually 2 away. It's actually after that would be 1 away from racing his 40th race in ALR, which are currently the most race starts in ALR history. Is still Gooner on 40. This will be his 44th start tonight. Absolutely outstanding stuff, isn't it? We're just on board with 2 now as he's about to start his lap then in the Toro Rosso as he flicks it through turn 1. I've got to say, turn 1's a very difficult turn. Is it the most difficult turn on the circuit? Perhaps, but well, I don't know really. I would say it probably is actually, isn't it? It's got to flick it into turn 1. Of course, turn 1 used to be it still used to be a fast corner, but of course they made it so much quicker, didn't they? They widened it out a bit, didn't they? They made it less acute, and of course, but so it just makes it more difficult. They're much more difficult to aim at as well. We're on board with Toon Phantom, of course, the man who's got who's at the moment at 20th in the championship, so hopefully he can get himself some points here tonight. I think that has to be his aim, surely, for Toon tonight. That really does that. Oh, excuse me. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm only 4 minutes into this. 4 minutes into this. into the stream already, and I've already having a tickle there. Anyway, here comes 2-5, going very wide there as he comes into the stadium section now, into the Sachs curve. We was just talking about that, weren't we, before we came on air? Well, before we got into the qualifying session, I should say that. Look at that 2 now, looking very splendid here in the sunshine here. As Renault coming across the line there. I don't think he starts lap now, so Toon is the first man to come into the line, and he's fast on a 12 there. Good stuff there from Toon. Mercedes is back in the pit set, and you can see straight away there Toon invalidated his time in the second second part there because of he just ran too wide. And Stringy is on the ALR front. We've got McLaren out there as well. Mr. Elite then flicking it into the stadium section as well then, as just taking a quick look then through the Sachs curve as well. It's accelerating away then, and whoa, look at that. Of course, Verstappen had a big old spin there, didn't they, in the Formula 1 2019 race. Of course, well, I think might be one of the best races of the season. Well, I've got to say, the 2011 season, sorry, the 2019 season, I don't know, I've missed 8 years there. Murphy goes fast. Remember, he got pole position last year in the wet there. It was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it, from Dan last season? I'd say his best pole position of his career, definitely one of the best pole positions of the season. Echo has gone third fast at the moment then in the Alfa Romeo, but Young Lights has gone fastest on a 11.9. Remember, in Australia, he was fantastic, wasn't he? And I think that he was also confident earlier on today, wasn't he, when I was having a quick old nose in the chat then. Before I tucked into my McDonald's. Here comes Twan there. He comes up to the line as well. Twan, another man who's perilously close to the relegation zone. He's 6th fastest at the moment in the Renault Sport. He is 6th fastest at the moment. Now we've got Ferrari out on track as well. It's not far off. It's Stringy. Stringy there is just coming out of the Sachs curve as well, floating over car 2 then. Stringy inside, he's coming into turn 17 there, of course. There is the drag strip, isn't it? That was very perilous in the wet there, wasn't it? Stringy was 5th fastest around in the Ferrari. Good stuff indeed there from Stringy. Lovely. And of course, you can see they're all validated their tops. They flick it into turn 1 there. We've got a lot of cars out on an outlap at the moment, and this is a perfect opportunity actually just to go through the comments. And as I have really neglected you guys already, haven't I? Granty, the beast is back. Hello. I think he might be talking about me. Obviously, Granty's the beauty. I'm a bit of the beast then. Also, we got Young Lights there. Hi, hello, Young Lights. And Young Lights is currently top of the timesheets at the moment. Beautiful stuff there from Young Lights. Good stuff indeed. Then I think that we just seen a Williams across the line. It is Roscoe. Murphy has left the session. Then we thought he was doing a bit of moonwalking there, wasn't he? As he was jumping back and forward. Then he looked like MC Hammer there with the dance going on. Then is Roscoe coming down the back straight. Then as he comes up into turn 6. We've also got Jonathan Cox. Good evening, Sean. How many races have I done in ALR and Echo 2? Let me have a look at me old stats, and I think Jonathan has done this be Jonathan's 33rd start tonight in ALR. Gosh, he's becoming a permanent fixture, isn't he? In ALR, of course, he's had 2 race wins to his name, 8 pole positions there. Of course, the most pole positions in ALR history. Murphy is back in the session then. He's got 13 podiums to his name as well, and he's had 4 Driver of the Day awards, so well done to Jonathan. Good stuff indeed. Echo has got 11 race starts. This will be his 12th race start tonight in such a short time here. Since Echo has joined, I don't think he's missed a race at all. He's been very much on it, hasn't he? He's had 84 points in his collective career so far. One pole position, that incredible pole position in Brazil last time out. It was a brilliant pole position, wasn't it? 2 podiums to his name as well, and also True Driver of the Day awards. And so that's the random stats then for the Alfa Romeo drivers as well. Everson there. Oh, I'm loving Everson's helmet here. A bit of a throwback to Ayrton Senna's helmet here, isn't he? From Ayrton Senna. I'm loving that. Of course, he's invalidated his time. Now, here comes Fisher. He's also invalidated his time as well. Fisher has. Sam on an outlap mode. Jonathan is also attacking the lap. Here comes Matt. He goes 8th, 9th fastest at the moment then. I think the Matt, there's more in the locker there from the Red Bull driver. Flicking it through turn 1 there. Car sticking to the floor beautifully. Well, that looked like it was on rails there, didn't it? Jonathan on a lap. Here comes Mumford there coming up to the line as well. Mumford, a fairly green driver in ALR, isn't he? But I gotta say, since he's come into ALR, he has been very consistent as well. Car 29, he is in 6th position at the moment, and he is one after the Mercedes team, which are leading the Constructors' Championship. So fantastic stuff there from Mumford. Hats off, Ben, to the rookie there. Fisher back on the lap at the moment. We've got Sabu's on the lap. Jonathan flicking into the stadium section as well. Let's go on board the British-Italian driver then. 8 pole positions to his name. Jonathan is now. He has been Mr. Pole, hasn't he? That pole position has been his own. he basically just needs to have a reserve spot on it, doesn't he, so far this season? Yeah, he's had 6 pole positions in 8 races. No one else has hardly been on pole position, but the only other man has been Emerson and Granty. Of course, Emerson and Jonathan once again on pole position, provisional pole at the moment now. Yeah, of course, I think Fisher was on pole position back in Monaco, wasn't he? But of course, he got a 5-place grid penalty for all kinds of shenanigans going on in Monaco. I can't remember what the shenanigans were, really. We're on board with Fisher then. Of course, this man has got some impressive stats as well. And we'll go. I've got to say, I'm a bit of a stat man today, and gosh, brilliant. Fisher comes to the line and goes second fast moment. How close is that? My goodness me! 300ths of a second then separates Fisher and Jonathan there. And this is just a warm-up, guys, then. I got to say, and it was that Jonathan there just visiting the Rolex sign there. Fire shot, it was invalidated his time there, so he's going to have to go around again, I think. So is Samuel as well in the McLaren then. So we keep an eye on Gunnar at the moment, my favourite Irish man in the world, apart from Eddie Irvine. He comes down into the turn 6 there as well. And I'd even give a good old shout out to Ralph Furman as well, if anyone remembers him. A couple of races in 2003, wasn't he, for the Jordan team. I think the only thing I remember about Ralph Furman was that horrific accident in Hungary, didn't he? Where I think Zort Baumgartner actually stepped in for him there, didn't he, that day? That was a shocking accident there for Ralph Furman. I think it was free practice 3, wasn't it? It was quite early in the morning. I think it was one of the early morning sessions, wasn't it? Gunnar there, as you can see, Street getting on the way. Here comes Gunnar then, as we said, the most experienced ALR driver in history, with 34 race starts tonight then for Gunnar. Brilliant stuff, isn't it? Made his debut back in Bahrain, a season 1 then. He's basically a part of the furniture now, isn't he, Gunnar? He goes 12th fast at the moment then in the racing point. And Sab is on a lap at the moment. We've also got Granty, the champion, who's invalidated his time. Granty has, so he's going to have to go around again as well. Sam, they're really struggling. Now that car's just refused to turn. He's got a invalidated time as well. It's brutal around here, isn't it? Of course, if you run even remotely right around here, then it's almost done and dusted, isn't it? Emerson is having another go now. Here he is, and so he's on the lap at the moment. And this is and this is a good opportunity actually. So we got yellow flag as one of the racing points of Gunnar just getting out of the way slightly, and just taking a look there. I just sent a message about rain, and I'm going to read that in a minute because I love a bit of moisture in the air, don't I? I get very excited when I see a drop of rain come out of the sky. Even though I got to say I wasn't very excited earlier on today when I was walking over here. Got absolutely drenched there, and unfortunately my beautiful new sweater is very wet. And then that's not because I sweat, it's because it was raining. Anyway, we've got Toon saying, not a fan of Germany at all, Toon is it? But, but I think that sometimes, though, even if you do have a bogey track, it can pay into your favour, can it? So really, so hopefully Toon there could just go up and at him, as they say. We've also got Ayrton there to say, I told him to wear the centre helmet there, Ayrton. Of course, so good stuff there from Ayrton. Of course, Emerson's younger sibling, I think that's the right word, isn't it? And Emerson goes full fast mode with the centre helmet, and I'm loving that, of course. So Ayrton, of course, is cheered on then his older brother. I think it's his older brother anyway. I apologise if it's not. I got to say I should remember a lot of things in life. Nigel there is on the left road. Sam is also on the left road. Here comes Nigel, season 1 champion. Here he comes around the final corner there. My goodness me, they left it all on the table. Now he comes up to the line and he goes at 8 fast there for Nigel. There's fire shot in the background. I think it was anyway. No, it wasn't. It was Steve making his 20th start here at car 45. Good stuff there from Steve in the top 10. Lovely stuff to see as well. Sam there on track. Granty has decided to park it in the pits then for now, probably putting his feet up as well then, as I was racing with Granty last night really. Unfortunately he is racing fair too well, and I'm very proud to say I finished in front of him, but that's only because he DNF'd. So Sam there going through turn 1 there and invalidated his time there. Of course that was I don't really toot my own horn. Well, actually I do toot my own horn. I toot it quite a lot. I do love a good tooting, but yeah, I was quite proud of my race last night. So yeah, I sound like Crofty when he was driving his Lotus, wasn't he, back in 2012 or something. He just kept mentioning it, didn't he? So unfortunately, might have a bit of that unfortunately tonight. Fire shot that is, he's coming out the hairpin now. Then Fire shot has a pole position to his name, doesn't he? He had a great race. Well, he had a great qualifying in Bahrain last time, but that first turn incident there between Fire shot, who was disguised as Bafal, and Toon, Murphy and Jonathan there. Hopefully Jonathan can have a clean start there if he, because unfortunately he's been involved in a couple of first corner incidents there. It feels a bit like Seb Vettel in 2008, didn't he? Where Seb Vettel kept getting involved in first corner incidents in the first 4 or 5 rounds. Hopefully Jonathan can kind of brush that aside and get a decent start and perhaps just build on that really, hopefully. Anyway, here comes Far Shot coming to the line as well. He goes into 8th fastest moment for the Haas team. Good stuff indeed then. Twang there has now decided to put on some soft compound tires and have another go out there. Sab is also invalid at his type as well, but he's going to have another go around then, so we're just going to stay with Twang at the moment. As we've also got Droffer saying going for Falf to pick up a cheeky win stay with a safety car help. Toon, Sam is gone. Sam is gone into turn 1. I think it is. Oh my goodness me! That's a car on the track then. And wow, that's a big old smash, isn't it? For Sam. Sam is our first guy that's gone in this race. And look how Lights almost lost it as well. Yeah, that's a mighty good smash there. Turn 1 there. It's not only difficult to thread the eye of a needle, so to speak, but it's also difficult to keep the car on the track, especially when you're lacking the downforce. Remember, that was what sticks the car to the floor. And Sam is the first guy not to go through, unfortunately, because he's 16th already. Sam, that's a shame. He's done 4 laps on those soft tires as well. So I was expecting him to come in at the end of that lap and actually just throw all against the wind kind of thing and just go for it there. So unfortunately, Sam, we didn't see the best out of Sam. I reckon could go into a mid 12 there as well. Another yellow flag. That's a Ferrari. Oh, it's Stringy spinning himself around. We've also got Matt, who's also lost a bit of his front wing as well. My goodness me, there's action here in Germany. And wow, what a start here. Well, oh gosh, so unfortunately Stringy there having a good old spin there. Matt also losing a bit of his front wing as well. Good job he's in the Red Bull, so hopefully he can give him wings. He comes into the pits now, and he should be, and it goes into the gravel. There's a little bit of gravel trap there coming into the pits. Well, granted there, it's just exiting the Sachs curb now, and here he comes then floating over turn at 14 and 15 into 16 now. Oh my goodness me, I thought he was on the drag strip there. Comes up to the line. Let's see what he can do. Grant he does. He is fastest so far, 11.3. Tip your hat, son. Fantastic. Good stuff indeed there. Here comes Twine. Oh, lovely shot. I love these helicam shots. They're brilliant, aren't they? It's really makes the cars look so much more dramatic. Droffer's saying, yeah, it's of course Farf hasn't won a race since Bahrain season 2, umpteen races ago for Farf. It is that, of course, remember he started off season 2 so brilliantly. He won 2 out of 2. Farf did, didn't he? He's got 3 race wins in his ALR career so far. So Farf is one of the more decorated drivers. They probably go into the Hall of Fame one day when we decide to launch a Hall of Fame, maybe. Who knows? We might do. Twan there coming to the line. He goes a 9th fastest moment, so that's better for the Renault driver. Good stuff indeed then. Roscoe's back out of track at the moment then. He is 6/10 for a second up then. So this is track evolution, or is this Roscoe evolution? I think it might be more Roscoe evolution. He comes up to the line now then. Let's see what he's doing. He's in the early. Oh, that's a great time. A very early 12 out from Roscoe. Beautiful from the Williams driver. 1 minute and 3/4 to go then. Twang there has done 3 laps on those soft tires. So we've got yellow flags in 2. As Fisher's retired from the session now. I think Fisher is home and dry though in terms of where he is. Yeah, he's okay. Sorry, Fisher is. He is in the Toro Rosso and he is in the pits, and so I think he's just put his feet up and he's happy. He is just a happy man living a lovely life there in the third position, isn't he? Yellow flag in 2 then. It's just the Alfa Romeo, I think, who's just trying to just cruising out there. I think it's Echo in 9th position. We're just watching Arnaud then coming down into the hairpin now, and car 36 at the racing point. The Pink Panther, his teammate Gunnar is going to be slightly more nervous. I think he has just started his lap now. Nigel's down in 12th position moment, season 1 champion, and yellow flag's fluttering again. That is just for Echo's car as well. Young Lights retired from the session as well. Was it? No, it's Tuna saying he hated Germany. Young Lights was saying he likes Germany, doesn't he? So 2 opposite ends of the spectrum at the moment, isn't it? On board with Nigel. Look at that understeer there. Oh my goodness me, and Nigel there. Oh, I would have had to change my pants if I was Nigel there. My goodness me, that would have given me the heebie-jeebies, wouldn't it? Wow, crazy stuff there from Nigel. Here he comes in through turn 16 and 17 now. He's in the pits then. So that is definitely put himself on the cusp. So Jonathan's retired for the session. Don't worry, fans. hands. He is okay. I'm thinking, oh no, that's all okay. That is a smash there. Gunnar on board with him, and that's a huge incident there. The car has been ripped apart. Gunnar is out of the race session. Mr. Lee is retired for this session as well. Oh dear, oh dear. And wow, so we've had 2 crashes in this incredible start to the qualifying session. Checkered flag is fluttering in the wind. We have lost. Farf is out of qualifying as well. I'm not sure where Farf is. I think Farf might be reading the old newspaper or something. I think he's missed his mark. Matt is on track at the moment. Toon is coming through the final corner now. What does Toon do? Toon is still 17th, and I think he's out of time, so he's in the wall. So Toon is 17th, and he's visited the corner where Kim Ryan had a big old smasher, didn't he? So Toon is out of qualifying as well. We've lost Sam, we've lost Gunnar. Farf is out of qualifying. Matt is gone personal best in the second sector there. Let's see what Matt can do. He is in the on the cusp as well, and he comes into the Sachs curve. Look at the break disc glowing there on that red ball. Beautiful, isn't it? Mumford is also in a bit of trouble as well. There he is. Oh, Striggy and Mumford, I think of invalidating the times. It's between Matt and Mumford then. Matt coming up to the line now. What does he do? He is through. He's in 6th position there, just behind his teammate Young Light said. Striggy is 16th. Mumford is out of qualifying then, and what a shame there for the Mercedes driver then. Oh, deep breath, everyone. Wow, well, that was a smashing start then to the German Grand Prix, isn't it? We have lost Sam and Gunnar, who both visited the scenery, unfortunately, and are out of qualifying. Toon, I think, visited the scenery as well, but I think that was more frustration as well into turn 1. And he is out of qualifying. Farf didn't set a time then. I'm wondering if is Farf got a penalty. So I apologise if he hasn't. But unfortunately, Farf is I can feel the evil glare that those is giving me now. Then and into the pits comes Mumford as well. So I should have read the parish notices. And also Mumford then is out of qualifying as well. Then so those are the 5 cars out. I can't even count anymore. And so they are now unfortunately out of qualifying then. And as Toon said, rain for the end of the race if I see it. Oh, excellent stuff indeed then. I thought I said a message about rain, so really getting myself really worked up there. I love a bit of rain. Driver saying driver of the day last night. Great job last night. Yes, indeed it was. Basically, I think my fast lap was like a 1:44 or something like that, whilst everyone else was like 1:43s and 42s. That was a nice push out, by the way. So so yeah, that just shows how slow I was really. I think slow and steady kind of was. I took that literally a bit too literally last night, didn't I? As you can see, we're now anyway. Enough about that. Enough about my personal accolades, which to be honest doesn't really amount to anything. Let's go through then the men who have been as Murphy has left the session again then. So Murphy is getting very nervous at the moment, isn't he? Remember, he was on pole position last season, so he's got a lot to live up to, hasn't he, in terms of the billing tonight? Really has. Unfortunately, we've lost Farf, who didn't set a time. Gunnar is in the war, so is Sam as well, 19th and 18th. Toon is 17th. He's not happy with this track at all, is he? And 16th is Mumford, all biting the dust then for Q1 then. Q2 is coming up in just a few minutes, and it gives me a great opportunity to, just to catch up then. Ayrton saying, I'm the older brother, but mentally I'm the younger one. So, excellent stuff, Ed. So I got it the wrong way around. Apologies about that, Ayrton. But yeah, I think I've been told that numerous of times as well. So, yeah, I do try. I need to write everything down, you see, so, because I've got memory of a sieve. So crowd is saying, what's this I hear about you beat me? We'll move on from that a bit quick. Steve, so Harry saying Steve is being brave. He was flying it into turn 1 once he Steve is. I got to say, I think that Steve's, I was having a look at Steve's stats earlier on actually, when I was just preparing myself. I was quite surprised. Steve is such a quick driver, isn't he? As Murphy has joined, he's back in the session then. I think he's I'm not sure where he's coming or going at the moment. I think that's Jonathan, who's very keen to get on it, isn't he? He doesn't like to be in traffic, does Jonathan is. He is confident in his own ability. He doesn't really need to worry about the track evolution. That's how quick he is on the single up. It's impressive, isn't it? To say the very least then. So Jonathan there out on track at the moment, and he's just on an out lap at the moment. We're moving on from Grant. He's comment about me beating him. We've also got Twang saying that T1 would be fun tonight. Really would then. Horrible final sector. Toon also saying he's rather annoyed with life. And Alhan, evening chaps, looked at an eventful eventful end to Q1. It really was, wasn't it? Good stuff indeed then. I've got a message from work as well. Let's just ignore that because I'm not really interested in that for the moment. Oh dear, I hope no one from work's watching. Anyway, let's go on then for Q2 then. This is the most important part of my life as it stands as well. So this is all I'm focused on for the next 2 hours. Is just our Formula 1 racing here in ALR Gold. And no, Charles, I was going to break into song there, wasn't I? But I don't think anyone wants that, do they? So here comes car 25, Jonathan S. Farf has left the session then, so that's not good at all for Farf. Remember, Farf didn't set a time at all in Q1. I wonder if he's just gone off to probably get a setup, perhaps. Maybe just dropping out, seeing what he can do there, changing the car perhaps, and then coming back in then. Jonathan there is coming onto a lap now as well. We're in yellow flag in sector 3. So yeah, Jonathan at the moment has been, as I said, 6 pole positions to his name this season. He's had 4 podiums as well. Remember, the second half of last season is where Jonathan really took off, wasn't it? First half of the season, he was he had a couple of problems there, didn't he? Involved in some incidents as well. But the second half of the season of ALR last season, he was I think he was like the 3rd or 2nd highest scoring driver. He was absolutely fantastic, wasn't he? Really good stuff for Jonathan. And this season, he's really shown some strong pace, hasn't he? He's 4th in the championship at the moment, Jonathan is. But he is quite a way back at the moment, doesn't he, Jonathan is? So I think it's been races like Hungary and Bahrain has put him on the back foot at the moment, hasn't it? So he just needs to keep it clean, doesn't he? And sometimes it's easier said than done whenever drivers involved. So I remember in Hungary, Bowden kind of touched the diffuser of Jonathan's car. Oh, and Jonathan there, my goodness me, all on the edge of amnesia there, and really amnesia I think is something you forget actually, isn't it? I don't know what I was meaning there, but really on the edge there, on the edge of the limit, and my goodness me now, I thought he was going off into the barrier there. Jonathan has done a 12 there. I think there's more time in that car as well then. McLaren out on track, Mr. Elite then is on track then in the orange McLaren, one of the more beautiful cars, isn't it? I gotta say, it looks so elegant, don't it, the McLaren? It's absolutely beautiful. It's a work of art, isn't it? Coming through the final turn there, Mr. Elite he's right in the middle of the track there, Mr. Elite. I think he's got more time on the board as well. He is 5/10 of a second off the pace at the moment. We got a Red Bull coming through. It is Matt. Can I catch him? No, I can't then. And Matt there is in 3rd position in the Red Bull. Good stuff indeed then. We've got a Williams coming up to the great line as well. And he's just starting his lap then. Good stuff indeed then. And we've got 2nd Red Bull of Young Lights then, as I am completely lost, as I've gone all the way around the wrong way there, aren't I? Young Lights are coming to the line, going over the AstroTurf. Young Lights, and Young Lights looking very strong, isn't he? 3/10 second off Jonathan's time, but Young Lights is very much looking very strong, isn't he? Australia is where his races really took off. The season's really took off, and Bahrain was okay event for Young Lights, wasn't it? I wouldn't say it was anything to write home about for Young Lights, but yeah, Australia very good indeed then. Yellow flag in 2. It's just someone getting out of the way, I think. So Jonathan there is just coming into the pits now as well then. So as anyone who is not familiar with the Q2 format, let's just take a quick overview of what qualifying 2 is. What are they trying to achieve here then? Well, they're obviously trying to get into the top 10 because all the top 10 guys will go through into a qualifying shootout. Lovely shot there, my goodness me. Twang made the camera shake, didn't he? Into the Sachs curve then as well. Then the Renault drivers in there all trying to get. Oh, lovely! Look at that. That is absolutely splendid, isn't it? Floating over turn 14 and 15 there. Good to break this. Glowing in there on the car 24 then in the Renault. Of course, the rated constructors champions. Here comes Twang coming to line. He is 2nd fastest. We got a Haas in the back as well. He just starts up at his far shot, flicking it through. Let's go on board with the man who's had a pole position. I think it was in Russia last season, wasn't it? Now dropping down in 2nd gear. The old track used to blast off into the forest there, didn't it? But the new track, unfortunately or unfortunately there, didn't. Unfortunately, the track, it depends on your point of view. It's about where it used to blast onto the forest line. It's up to you if you want to, if you like the old track. And I've got to say, I love the old track. It was absolutely a proper car breaker, wasn't it? Some brilliant races along that blast in the forest. Well, Gerhard Berger used to be absolutely fantastic around, didn't he? He won in 94, should have won in 96 there, wouldn't he? Because he was leading up all the way up to the final 3-4 laps then, before his Renault engine expired there. That would have been Benetton's only win that season as well, wasn't it? Up to that point, I think that was Benetton's first winless season in a number of years. I think, wasn't it 89, 88? I don't know, that's kind of a finger in the air kind of guess there, but it sounds right to me. Well, yeah, it was a very good season there for Benetton, was it? And then of course 97 as well, Berger's final race there, and it was an emotional race as well, wasn't it, for Berger after the loss of his father, and also he returned after after Hellfish. He's in a great race win as well, wasn't it? Fireshot, whilst I was jabbering on, Fireshot had a brilliant time there and has moved up into second fastest. Good stuff there. Well, Echo has just eclipsed him and he's gone up into second himself. Good stuff there. Both Alpha and Males, 24 and 25. Car numbers are right up there as well. We've also got Emerson moving up into third position there, of course, as he has got the helmet of the late great Ayrton Senna there. Of course, his old brother asked him to wear it tonight and he's paying dividends at the moment. Emerson is beautiful. So good stuff indeed there for Emerson. Steve just starts off as well. Oh, he's invalidated his lap already. Yes, Steve has. Murphy is on track. Remember last season's pole position car 14. Murphy is, and he is not a happy bunny at the moment, is he? He is just easing off the pace well. And so at the moment, then we've got a couple of cars then out there that are just on an outlap at the moment. Toon saying I'm going to have to go for a lap 1 safety car and gain some positions then. Well, I got to say around here, safety car is quite high probability, to be honest. Because your turn 1, we've already seen Sam had a big old smash in turn 1, didn't we? That was a vital smash as well. As Roscoe there just getting out of the way then. As getting right out of the way then. Oh, I'm loving that shot. It's beautiful, isn't it? As Steve then is just on that. Murphy also on that. Fisher is invalidated this time, so he's going to have to go around again. That turn 1 is causing all kinds of mischief at the moment for the drivers, isn't it? So Fisher's going to have to go around the lap again, and so is Murphy. Murphy, I think, has had a preparation lap by the looks of that, so he's now going to go on have a go now. Nigel is coming in through the final corner, so here comes Nigel. He comes over the grid hatches and he's about to start his lap, and here we go then. Flying into turn 1 then, Nigel does, and keep, oh no, he hasn't, he's also invalidated this time as well then. We got 7 minutes to go in this session, but my goodness me, they're really heaping some problems on themselves, isn't it? Oh, lovely over the shoulder shot with with Fisher there. Gosh, I couldn't believe I forgot his name. Oh, Murphy 4 seconds up there in the first sector. Anyway, what was I yabbering on about 5 minutes ago? Yes, I was yabbering on about what is the point in this qualifying 2 session? Well, this qualifying 2 session is about getting into the top 10, and of course you would think that you'll be wondering why they're using like the medium tire compound. Of course, the medium. How do I know that? Is because I'm Mystic Meg. No, I'm not. It's because of they got yellow striped marks on those Pirelli tires there, and that means there is the middle range of the 3 compounds we've got here, which is hard, medium, and soft. None of this ultra soft, hyper soft, super soft, hot, super hard, which gladly I don't think was ever used. Otherwise, that would have given me a giggle. So it was. So we just got soft, medium, and hard now for the Grand Prix weekends, which makes it so much easier, doesn't it? I gotta say, I quite like the multi-colours though. It's really, I think the purple and pink looked absolutely beautiful on the cars, didn't it? Here comes Murphy coming to the line as well. He has run out of deployment. He goes down fastest though in the Renault. Good stuff from Murphy, but I feel that he's on the fringes there, so he is not going to be. I don't think he's going to be fairly. Brad there was going out of shot there, wasn't he? He was on a bit of a wild one there. I think that Murphy would be feeling a bit vulnerable there, won't he? Yeah, so of course then what they're trying to do then, trying to get into the top 10 and qualify on a tyre which is decent for the race there, and the medium tyres to give you a better optimal window for strategy, won't it? Soft tyres of course will give you a better launch but won't give you a optimal window, will it, to come in the pits there. So that's why these guys are on the medium tyre. That's their preferred option. Hard tyres possibly might be the best selection, but they might be so cold and difficult to get warmed up. Well, Fisher's definitely not cold at the moment. He's red hot, isn't he? He is flying. He's up into second at the moment. Good stuff there from Fisher. Brilliant stuff indeed. Grant is on lap moment. We've got Roscoe on lap and Murphy there just I think just trying to get closer to the fans there, isn't he? Roscoe is out of field there, so we leave Roscoe to it. So we've gone board with his teammate. Beautiful golden helmet here for Granty as he comes out of the Mercedes grandstand turn as well into the stadium section, or the old stadium section as well. I gotta say, this part of the track is brilliant, isn't it? Of course, you hear the roar of the crowd, don't you? Around here, it's really good stuff. You won't hear the roar of the crowd in Bahrain, though, will you? Bahrain is now going to be a closed door event kind of thing. There's similar to what Serie A have done in Italy, where basically all the matches are played behind closed doors. Well, meant to be anyway. If that wasn't at the Barca yesterday, 11-9 there for Granty. I think that is basically mic drop, isn't it? So Granty, I think, is through into Q3. I hope I ain't counting my chickens before they hatch there, but counting Granty's chickens before they hatch. But yeah, that's a very good time there for Granty. Really Really throwing the gauntlet down, isn't he? Steed there is just on an outlet, but we're on board of Steed. He is on the soft compound tires then in the half set, and he is now going to get himself on it as well. Twang has retired from the session there. I've got to say, that's a brave man. Twang is a Murphy. Oh my goodness me then. And now I'm wondering if that threw Steed off slightly then. We're on board there now with Steed as he comes up to the line. Let's go on. We've just enjoyed us out then with car 45 then in the house. Look at this then. Wow, and oh, he's ran slightly wide. Look at that. That was millimetres off, wasn't it? Wow, I didn't even tell for that onboard shot. And unfortunately, Steve's going to have to go around again. Let's hope he's got a bit of extra fuel in the car. And so he can go around and have another go. Jonathan is back out on track at the moment then. So I don't think Jonathan was too keen on his first time there. Around this turn on the first attempt there, he did have a bit of a squirrel moment, didn't he? Oh, that is much better for Jonathan there. Oh, kicking a bit of the grass there, isn't he? Jonathan is there. It's a very narrow part of the track, isn't it, around here? Now, I've got to say, overtaking around here is probably very difficult. I would say neon impossible, maybe. Nothing's impossible though, is it, for these drivers? Coming to the line now as well, using a bit of the AstroTurf, not too much there. Jonathan comes up to the line, and he's 6,900 second down there. That's quite curious, that is. So yeah, Jonathan there not improving on that lap, and Steed is just starting his unfortunate valet time. Here comes Nigel. Nigel hasn't set a time yet, nor Stringy, who's out on track. Roscoe and Matt are also in the drop zone. We've got 3 minutes to go in this session. It's a very quick lap around here, isn't it? Almost as quick as Austria there. About 4 or 5 seconds slower than Austria. So about 70 odd seconds is the lap around here. It's a fast blast, which might be good for Q3 because we might actually have 3 attempts. Stringy's gone. Stringy is gone in this race. There, oh my goodness me, Steve's had to take evasive action as well, and the Steve there might also manage. So Stringy is out of qualifying. That's the second man to go off in turn 1. Here comes Nigel coming up to the line. Nigel's holding 8 for the moment. That's perilously close to the danger zone, isn't it? And yeah, I think it was Eddie Kravitz that sung that, wasn't it? I think the brother of Ted Kravitz. Here comes Lights coming up to the line. Lights is back, having a 4th position on the medium tire as well. Brilliant stuff as well then, as Stringy's car. Who was that? No, it was Echo there, just coming up the pits and 2 minutes to go in this session. Steve is out on track, flicking it through turn 7 as well. I've got to say, turn 7 very easy to drive, but I've heard that there's a bit of rain on the horizon in the final part of the race, and that is going to be brilliant, isn't it? Of course, we've had a lot of rain in this race over the past 2 seasons, haven't we? 2018, remember Vettel there visited the wall around the Sachs curve around here as well, didn't he? And 2019, can anyone forget that race? No, that was an incredible race. Wasn't it? A lovely shot there. Of course, Vettel went from 0 to hero there in 2 seasons. There, brilliant stuff he did there. And Hamilton went the opposite way, didn't he? I think he was 0 to 0 with stuff, wasn't it? It's incredible how much he could change there in Formula 1. It really is. Steve goes second fast there. Well, he's on the soft tyres, and I'm wondering, as Grant is retired from the session, Matt's just starting this up as well. Roscoe and the hairpin there, almost full lock there. Oh my goodness me! And what is going on there? Murphy is he's out qualified, I think, and I think he lost it into turn 1. I'm not sure if that Haas was anything to do for it, but yeah, that is a shame for Murphy. He is out qualifying in the Renault, and oh dear, Jonathan's retired from the session as well. Nigel's gone as well, and as Murphy, they're doing some lovely donuts. I've got to say, I would appreciate more, but we got Roscoe on track at the moment. Nigel is obviously perilously close to being knocked out. The season 1 champion. Twang is also on the edge as well. Here comes Roscoe coming to the line. He is in second position. Roscoe's in qualified too. Mr. Elite there. It's got 37 seconds to get around. He should be enough. Here comes Matt as well, and looks like the soft runners are really starting to pay dividends as well. Unfortunately, we've lost Murphy as well, because he can't come in and come back out, because I think he's damaged the car, hasn't he? Unless he's in a Superman mode perhaps, but unfortunately I think that might be the end for Murphy. He's out of position once again. Manning finished 4th in the championship last season, didn't he? He's had a bit of a horror show so far this season, isn't he? Murphy's retired from the session. Mr. Elite is on the lap now, and Matt coming through the follow turn as well. Farfus back in action. Here comes Matt. He's in 4th position, and so Matt is through and in 4th position. Echo, I don't think we need to complete this, Tom. Don't quote me on that. Nigel out of qualifying. Farshot is also in a bit of trouble as well. Then here comes Mr. Elite. Can Mr. Elite there really cause all kinds of mischief? And for Farshot, we have lost so far. Stringy, Murphy, Nigel, Twang. That is an incredible amount of talent we have lost there, isn't it? All those men there, I think, apart from Stringy, has all been on podiums, haven't they? And so really, that's an incredible amount of talent that we have lost there in this qualifying 2 session. This is impressive, isn't it? I think that this is probably one of the first time that we've ever had a full grid, haven't we? Of course, so no reserves here tonight. So it feels really amazing here. It feels like a special day for racing. Here comes Mr. Elite. He is in 11th position and just not enough. How much by? Well, for 200ths of a second, Mr. Elite is out by 200ths of a second there. Roscoe is through in the qualifying free, as is Matt as well, and Steve there, throwing on a set of soft tyres towards the end. I think they're the only three to be starting on the soft tyres, but my goodness me then. Wow, what an incredible stuff that is then. So into the pits there comes Roscoe then. I'm loving this Q3. I really am. That's beautiful Q3, isn't it? Really good stuff indeed. I don't know what I'm saying beautiful for tonight. It's a Sunday, isn't it? I think I just love Sundays. I've had me Sunday lunch. Or, well, basically just been chicken on the plate, really. Into the pits, there comes Matt then. So Matt is into the pits, and he is through into Q3 as well. Fantastic stuff indeed. We'll go through the final results of Q2 in 1 minute then. But before we do then, Twang saying that P11 when I have a Q3 ban, with the of course, the hearts and emoji and all that kind of stuff. I'm not cool enough to know what that emoji is anyway. So Twang there, I think that... I'm not sure if that ban gets carried. Probably doesn't actually, does it? That'd be quite unfair, wouldn't it? We've also got I'm trying to say, P12, and then we got Grant saying cheering on the Elite. No, but he's happy with that there as Roscoe getting into qualifying free. A fantastic lap there from Roscoe. Really good stuff indeed. Then let's take a look at the guys then, and you can see then we'll talk about that in just a second. Then, but before we do, let's take a look at the guys that have been knocked out. Listen to the caliber of drivers that have been knocked out of Q2. That's how incredible this grid is at the moment. Stringy out qualifying now, unfortunately instead of time. Stringy would definitely been more up, would have been higher up there, I think. Murphy there also coming a cropper. And turn one as well. Turn one's causing all kinds of issue. Nigel, the season 1 champion out. Twang there in 12th position. And Mr. Elite missing out by only 200 of a second there from qualifying free. And we got Roscoe, Steve and Matt all going on the soft compound tyres then. So watch those guys. They're going to be absolutely electric going off the start there. They really are as well. And as we're going to get ready into qualifying free in just a few moments then. As I try and drink very quietly. Right, into Q3 then, so we've got 12 minutes of action now. And, yeah, of course, as we're... so this is going to be 12 minutes of absolutely non-stop action then, isn't it? The question is anyone going to go out and have a crack with have a go with 3 attempts there? You can do this, but the question is, has anyone got the tyres to do it? That is the question. Of course, we have new soft tyres there for anyone who's got in the Q3, just to encourage people to get out more. We have got Emerson saying, well, that was close. It really was, doesn't it? We got Brandon saying, yo, Sean. Yo, Brandon, how's it going? And we've also got Young Light saying, gap from 1st to 10th is 6 tenths per second. I'm glad someone's caught up on that, because I was so focused on 11th to 15th that I didn't really see the gap from 1st to 10th there. I can only concentrate on one thing at a time, you see. Jonathan is the first man. Oh, my goodness me there. And Nasser Williams had it just cut up back there. So I wonder, I would have answered, I guess. That would have been Roscoe, but it was Grant there. So, of course, they're... well, a bit of, really, the race is just coming out of the pits, aren't they? So just think of how the race is going to be in just a few moments' time then. So just on an outlap at the moment, we're just going to get ready for this fast and furious stuff here in Germany then. Round 9 of ALR Gold out here on Sunday night. Remember, tomorrow night, well, in about 24 hours and 20 minutes' time, we'll be going green for silver in the same location as in gold then. And at the moment, our Glock at the moment is the man who's got his own all the ace cars, isn't he, in silver? But in the midfield battle, it's anyone's ball game. It's a brilliant battle in the midfield, it really is. So good stuff indeed there. Looking forward to that tomorrow night. So that'll be silver at 7:30 tomorrow night then. But anyway, back to here. So I'll do a quick plug then, as just to appease the silver drivers as well. Here he comes in round the final corner. Let's go on board with the British Italian driver who has got 6 pole positions in the season, 8 pole positions in total. Hang on! He flies through turn 1. It's an invalidation there for Jonathan. And unfortunately, Jonathan there has gone with Tola. Let's go on board with Fisher. And of course, Fisher has got some incredible stats there of his own, hasn't he? Fisher is, I gotta say, his percentage in terms of wins is absolutely astounding, isn't it? Fisher accelerates that turn at 3 now as well. 2 DRS zones around here. I think it is 2 DRS zones, isn't it? Now coming down the back straight, Jonathan there just get out of the way as well. Fisher, I gotta say, is always in the ball game, isn't he? He's always in the ballpark to to be going on pole position in the Taurus. And look at the opposite lock there, my goodness me. Very much almost having to double yourself over there, aren't you? In the steering wheel. Lovely over the show shot with Fisher. So into the breaking into the in front of the Mercedes grandstand. Fisher's not interested in that at all. Driving the Italian version of the Red Bull car here, and very wide there as well. Of course, remember Gunnar invalidated time around there, didn't he, earlier on? So it is brutal around here in terms of track limits. Yellow flag into then Fisher's gone fast at the moment. There's far shot in the background. He's just started his off at the moment into the Sachs curve, accelerates the over on the loud pedal, isn't he? He's got a lot to pour, but left Fisher has into the final corner now. Whoa, very close. I wonder if he struck at the curve a bit too much there. Over the line. What is it? It's an 11. It's an 11-4 there for Fisher. That's pole position. Emerson is second mode, an 11-6 there. Red Bull going very wide of Lights. Lights is in second position mode. Then Echo is just coming to the line. Then Jonathan started his lap again. Then Echo is in the fifth position. But who is that? That's Granty in fourth for position. I wonder if he just got held up there slightly. And and I'm not sure if there's any fisticuffs going on here at the moment then, but oh yeah, Matt going 7 fastest, no yeah, because he is Steele is 6 fastest, Matt is 7 fastest, jumping all up road, so is far shot, then just coming out the hairpin now, then accelerates to the way, then dropping out of the hairpin, and flying into the second intermediate time now as well, and we're over the shoulder again. I love this over the shoulder shot, it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Really good stuff indeed. There's of course you can see, I'm loving the far shot's helmet, it's absolutely, it was a work of art as well. I love the blue and the deep purple there as well. And talking of purple, happy International Women's Day as well. So of course I figure you have to wear the colour purple, don't you? Which I will try and find my purple shirt for tomorrow, as we all got to wear it for work. But yeah, so happy International Women's Day to everyone around the world then. Anyway, far shot then is coming out of the final turn then. Let's see what he can do. Far shot goes 5th fastest, good 17. What about Jonathan, the British Italian driver, once again striking the curve then. Can he get 7 pole positions this season? I'm on the edge of my seat. It is pole position now for Jonathan. A 1:11.345 there from the Alfa Romeo. Brilliant stuff there from Jonathan. And, well, I got to say, I think qualifying's getting a bit boring at the moment, isn't it? Jonathan just dominating this at the moment. Well, I got to say, it's anything but boring, isn't it? Even though Jonathan's been on pole position 6 times in 8 races so far, he has earned every single one of them, hasn't he? He really does show like he just has an extra gear, doesn't he? It's qualifying performances of Hamilton-esque, isn't he? Where he just seems to have an extra gear, doesn't he? Even a Sebastian Vettel-esque back in the Red Bull days. It's absolutely incredible at the moment for Jonathan. Really good stuff from the Alfa Romeo driver. We're only halfway through this session, so I'm wondering if anyone's got any soft tires from it so they can have another crack. As Jonathan there is just cruising back on, and I got to say, thank you everyone for joining us tonight then, and it's really good to have you have your company tonight, as I'll just be talking to myself, which will be quite a strange thing to do, and it's the first sign of madness as well, which I'm probably halfway on my way towards that anyway. Just watching Jonathan having an in lap at the moment. I think he's just enjoying himself, isn't he, at the moment there, Jonathan is. He's in qualifying. This man is on form. He really is. He's loving the Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo is loving him at the moment as well. He's doing a good job as well. Alfa Romeo drivers are 4th and 5th in the championship. They're really good stuff from both Alfa Romeos. I got to say, they're the strongest team out there, aren't they, in terms of points, in terms of pointages and things like that. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Everyone is not on track at the moment then, so it's just Jonathan there, and he's having a lovely in lap then. Really good stuff indeed then. And anyway, this gives us an opportunity then just to talk about the races up to come then. Of course, we're almost coming up to the halfway point as well. Remember that ALR will have a half season review kind of thing as well, where we'll just be having a quick ode to talk about what will be going on halfway through the season, either around 10 or 11, depending on what we're feeling like. And so yeah, the next race is actually in Mexico, the highest track on the calendar. Mexico is, and it's a long way above sea level. I did like 2,200 meters or something like that. Bearing in mind my numbers are pretty appalling. So it's something like that. Really good stuff indeed then in Mexico. And then we go to Singapore, and that is round 11 then as well. Then of course, there's some very tough tracks coming there, isn't it? Really getting into the business end of the season now. I think the honeymoon period is well and truly over, isn't it? And granted, at the moment it is the man to catch, isn't he? It's a bit like that film Catch Me If You Can, isn't it? With Leonardo DiCaprio. Did I just compare Granted to Leonardo DiCaprio? I think I did. Both men are very suddenly beautiful, aren't they? And anyway, it's Granty there. It's fourth at the moment then, but Jonathan is the man on top of it. We got Tansley saying, come on, Lights. Well, he's done a cracking job, Lights, isn't he, for a position, but I've got to say, Lights, when he has a track that he's really comfortable at, this man is fantastically, I almost swore there, is fantastically quick. He really is. He's so quick, he makes me swear. He's impressive, isn't he, to say the least then. As we got a bit of a lull at the moment, so don't worry about that. Other outstanding performances so far. Steve in 8th position, Matt in 9th position, Roscoe hasn't set a time yet. We got a car coming out of the pits. That's a Williams coming out of the pits then. And he is on his way then. And I think that is it's Grant actually. Granted, they're coming out quite early on then in this session, so we're keeping an eye on what the championship leader does. Jonathan there just waving to the fans as he commented there in the comment section there, and he was just enjoying the a more of a leisurely pace here around Germany, isn't it? Because I've got to say, the drivers probably don't see much of what goes on around Germany, because they're just so focused on the apexes and their braking points and all that kind of jazz, aren't they? They probably don't have a look around the scenery, do they? Grant at the moment there is not probably even looking around the scenery at the moment. All he's concentrating on is getting this car in an optimal window, isn't he? And getting himself ready to go then in the Rocket Williams then. So then we got another man. We got Fisher out on track as well. Got 3.5 minutes to go then. I wonder if these guys have got a bit more fuel on board, just in case. Then I wonder if they feel they need 2 runs out to beat Jonathan's time. Now Jonathan's time is not out of reach, not by any stretch of the imagination there. So Jonathan did 2 laps on those tyres there. So I think there's more to come there. The tyres were probably not at their absolute peak. So I think Granty and Phil, this is not done yet, not by any stretch of the imagination there. And let's just take a look at Granty there coming through the final corner now. He's going to start his lap now. DRS is right on the money. Here comes Granty there, and the time starts now. Let's go then. And of course, remember in Q3 lap this time last year, it was absolutely pouring down for him, wasn't it? It was Murphy there who got pole position there, and brilliant stuff as well. I keep saying that because I think it's my favorite qualifying session of the year, wasn't it? I'm not showing a bit biased probably, but no, I think it was absolute quality qualifying session. It really was. So Murphy was absolutely outstanding that day. I think he was unbeatable on that day in history. Really good stuff indeed. Who's going to be unbeatable here today then with 2.5 minutes to go? Granted, they're coming down to their hairpin now. Let's take a look at these times, shall we? Jonathan 11.3, 11.4 for Fisher, 11.5 for Lights, 11.5 for Granty, 11.6 for Emerson, 11.7 for Fireshot. It's so nip and tuck, isn't it? Yellow flag was fluttering just for a moment then. I think it was one the Alfa Romeo, so just getting out of the way. And sorry, I was just looking down there. We're flying through the first part of the stadium sector as well, as I almost was mincing my words as well, into the Sachs curve as well, the Rocket Williams as well. He has got more than enough time. I think he's got enough time for at least, he's got enough time for a run, maybe another run and another 2 runs perhaps around here. Granty cannot line. His target time is at 11.345. He is on pole position. Granty is a fantastic time. 11.245. Brilliant stuff. Here comes Fisher, and he's 300s down in the second sector. Car 13. Let's see what he can do then. He has got a stadium sector to come then. The second intermediate sector is coming now. Let's see. He's a 10th for a second. Where's that going to pull him? He's putting him in front of Jonathan as it stands at the moment. Can he find anything actually then in the final stadium sector as well? On board. There's a lot of time to make up in this final stadium sector as well. Here comes Fisher then into turn 16 as well. And he is on the curve. He's gone a bit too wide there. Is that going to affect him? We'll find out. He's right on the money. He is on pole position at 11.217. These guys are robotic. Incredible stuff. Fisher pole position. Granty is second. Stellar stuff indeed then. Young Lights to start his lap as well. Here comes C also on the lap as well at the moment then. So we're going to keep an eye on Young Lights, and he is the first man around as it stands. What about Granty? Granty is invalid his time, and so is Fisher as well, who are just on it. I think they're just oh, what are they doing? They're harvesting. They're harvesting. We're jumping on a lap as well. We're keeping on Jonathan's time. Lights is in 4th position. He's on the second row of the grid. Remember in Australia, he was right there. He's third in Australia, wasn't he? In qualifying, I think it was he finished third as well. It's a brilliant drive there from Young Lights. He is replicating that as well. Granty's retired from the session there. So Granty is second as it stands at the moment. Sam is left the session. Hopefully Sam will come back in a second there, because we're about to get racing there. So Sam there just needs to quickly get back in his car, so we can take part in the race, and we've only got a couple of seconds to go, so hopefully Sam can quickly get himself sorted. Here comes Lights coming through the final couple of corners. Oh my goodness me, I think they're losing time, but they're really not, are they? He's coming up to the line. Where is it? It is third position there for Young Lights. Good stuff indeed then. Great stuff indeed. Jonathan is 1600 a second up. 5% is a couple of tenths down there. We got Steve. Steve's in sixth position. Good stuff there for Steve. What about Echo? I think Echo is just coming right now. Here comes Jonathan coming up to the line. Jonathan is fourth position in the end. The Fisher is currently on pole position. Emerson is up in the second sector. Emerson is up in the second sector. Farshot has gone fourth fastest. Brilliant stuff. And here comes Emerson. And I think Echo's just moved up into sixth. And he has indeed then. Here comes Emerson. He's coming up to the line. Emerson is winning his way now. He is on pole position. Wow, an incredible time from Emerson. He is stuck. He is snatching away from Fisher. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And I'm driven all over the place. Here comes Matt, and he comes through turn 17 as well. Where can Matt go on the grid? He's currently 9 for the moment, and he is wearing himself on. Matt is in 8th position there, just in front of Steven. Here comes Roscoe coming up to the line as well. What can he do? He is on. He is in 10th position in the end. Emerson has got pole position then for the German Grand Prix. Oh my gosh, that's his second pole position of the season then. I think this is his first bona fide pole position of the season after he only got it in Monaco after Fisher was demoted then. Emerson is on pole position for the third time in his ALR career then, and that center helmet is proven absolutely spectacular stuff, isn't it? Wow, good stuff indeed then. Emerson, get in! Oh, well, I thought the Bahrain qualifying session was nip and tuck. Look at those times there. 400 of a second between Emerson and Fisher, 6,800 a second between Emerson and Grantee, 9,800 of a second between Lights and Fireshot. Between Lights, Fireshot and Emerson. Exactly the same time between Lights and Fireshot. That is incredible. Jonathan is dropped down to 6 there after all was said and done then. What a qualifying session. I am sweating, and we've only just started this. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to go and get another bottle of water. I think this 3 litre ain't gonna last me too long, is it? Wow, what a qualifying session as well. Bahrain, I thought was the best qualifying session yet. I reckon that one might take the biscuit, and I know a lot about taking biscuits then. I don't know where Sam's got to. I hope Sam comes back in the session because that's a shame that we've lost Sam. And Emerson saying must have been the centre helmet. I was absolutely concurring with that. There was good stuff, wasn't it? It was absolutely good stuff from Emerson. Really well done. Dirty error from Jonathan saying he got dirty error from Fisher's car, which is unfortunately unfortunately finished off his run at pole position there. Impressive run at pole positions there. So. But he's down in 6th position today then as we see lovely sunshine here in Hockenheim. So absolutely beautiful stuff. It really is then. Well, I don't know where Sam's got to. Unfortunately, Sam is not going to be taking part in the race then, so we've already lost the car and we haven't even started yet, which is a shame. Unless he's back in the session and I don't know about it, which I gotta say is more than likely because sometimes I miss a lot of things that are going on this in this race in these races sometimes. Anyway, let's go through the grid, shall we, from front to back, shall we? As we've got 3 or 4 laps around this beautiful Hockenheim circuit. Then I don't think this race is not on the game next season, so this might be the last time ALR races around Hockenheim. So make the most of this, folks. This is going to be a cracking battle to say the least, isn't it? And Emerson is on pole position then for the third time in his ALR career. Of course, this is the second time of the season as well, and so his most pole position in a single season there for Emerson with 2. Brilliant stuff. But Fisher's alongside him on row 1 there. That is a cracking row 1, isn't it? Grantee in 3rd position. Young Lights is in 4th with Fireshot in 5th position. Jonathan in 6th. And 7th position is Echo in the Alfa Romeo. Once again, the Alfa Romeo boys are looking very strong. The highest placed team collectively, and I'm loving that helmet from Echo. Wow, I can't believe I didn't know something qualifying. Shame on me. And 8th position is Matt then on soft tires with Steve in 9th on soft, and 10th position for Roscoe, all on the soft tires there. So that we have a Toon fan also on soft tires as well, but no one else is starting on the soft side. Mr. Elite in 11th position, the Soul McLaren then is on medium tires, and Twag is in 12th position then with Nigel in 13th. Murphy is in 14th position. Looks like he's the last car there, isn't he? Stringy there is just chilling out at the moment. Murphy's on the hard compact tires, looking for the long game. Stringy in 16th position there with Mumford 17th. Two now who is open about how much he dislikes his track on the soft tires in 18th position, in 17th position. 18th for Sam, but he is not on the grid. He is not going to be in this race, unfortunately. Gunnar is in 19th position on the hard tires, and Farf is in 10th position, is in 20th position. Sam has joined, but it's too late. His car is not here. What a shame then for Sam then, as we are now waiting for the lights to come on then, and they will be on in just a few moments time as I quickly get the graphics to where we need to be then. 5 lights are on. There's a pause. We are waiting for him to get going. No! I'm a bit premature. We'll be going in a minute. Well, now we're going here in Germany then. And look at them all the way beautifully. Emerson's on a fantastic start. So is Fireshot, but Fireshot's big. The door's been closed. Lawrence has gone on the inside of Grant already. Emerson's gone. He's already out of touch. Incredible starter. Down into turn 2 then. And now it's Jonathan now having a seize at the moment. Trying to get by Fireshot's quickly front. He's on the grass. He's on the grass there. Now Matt on board. Matt is up in the 7th position already. They say come down the back straight down on it. As they come down, there's a big old stop there into turn 6 then. As Farfus up to 60 already then. And Emerson, sorry, Fisher's on a look at Emerson. Emerson has had a perfect start. They coming up the inside. Matt has damaged the car. He, no one thinking some Jonathan is driving down to finish there. Once again, Jonathan out in the pole inside. I think he's damaged the Alfa Romeo. He has damaged Alfa Romeo. Twang is up 7th position. It's up to 7th position. Fantastic stuff coming down then into turn 8. Wow, it's Tino John. I think Jonathan's out getting attacked from both ends, and there's both Ferraris. Both Ferraris are side by side then. As we're going for the clean off. Farf is already over the 14th position already. Good stuff there for Farf. Stringy, Toon, Mumford, Murphy is down. He's on a terrible start. Gunner's gone off the track as well. He's damaged the car. Gunner has. Emerson coming through to complete lap 1 then. A cracking start from Emerson. My goodness me. Wow, good stuff indeed then. And Jonathan's just confirmed there's 10 to 15 minutes till rain then. Lap 1 completely. Look at the gap there. Jonathan's in the pits already then, so he's already on the back foot. Emerson leads. Fisher is second. Third position is Grant. He's back on the front with lights full. Fireshot 5th. Matt 6th. Twang is up to 7th. He's up 5 positions. Twang is. My goodness me. C8th. 9th position is Roscoe. 10th position is Mr. Echo. Oh, 11th position is Elite. Farfarro's up 8 positions there. He's flying through. Nigel and Farfarro's going side by side into turn 3. Stringy there is in the 14th position. The Fire Toon is 15th. Mumford. Murphy is 17th. Gunnar is 18th position. We got Steve Roscoe balling away. We got Steve Roscoe balling away. Steve's on the outside. Roscoe's on the inside. And Roscoe has got the advantage there. We've also got... Oh, wow! That was Nigel and Farf in the background. And look at this. It's side by side flying through turn A7. And... So he's got damage on Fix. He's got damage. Ross has gone wide. Ross has gone wide. Nigel and Farf for Ballon 2 for now. Where are they? There they are. They've been side by side for a couple of corners. And Nigel's got the initiative. Now Farf is down in the 14th. This Gunner's retired from the race. He's out of this German Grand Prix. Stringy out of look then. That's our second retirement of this race. And Steve is dropping down to 11th position. We've got both Ferraris balling away for 13th and 14th position. Stringy's up to 13th. Safety car. Safety car. We got pair action. We got pair action then here in the German Grand Prix. Gunner's out of the race and he's left the session there, unfortunately. So we've lost Sam, who didn't start the race, and we've also lost Gunnar as well then. We got into the pits and the Haas team with Steve's in the pits. Nigel's also in the pits as well then for the racing point then. So he's changing the front. No, yeah, he's rolling the dice then. He's coming out in front of Toon then. Toon's going in the pits as well. We've also got Murphy in the pits then, and we've also got Jonathan back in the pits as well. And wow, what an incredible start then to the German Grand Prix then. So Jonathan in the pits then, and this is a reprieve for Jonathan of some kind, isn't it? He is in the pits and he's going on to the medium compound tyres. Yes, he is indeed then. So he's on the medium compound tyres, Jonathan is, and his rain is expected in about 10-15 minutes according to Jonathan. That's really going to shake up the race there, isn't it? Anyone who's on soft tyres might be feeling a bit nervous about that, but I've got to say the rain is, there's not a cloud in the sky at the moment, is there? So that rain might be a little further away than things, but remember the weather around here can change quite quickly, can it? So let's take stock then of this race so far. Emerson, Emerson, that was the perfect start. That was the best start I've seen in ALR in a long time. That was absolutely perfect stuff. And Echo has damaged the car. I'm not sure if he's damaged the car, but he's certainly gone into the back of Roscoe. A severe collision there, hasn't he, with Roscoe, unfortunately. So that's not good at all for Echo's point of view. He has, I think, hasn't he? Alfa Romeo there are having a bit of a tough one start into this German Grand Prix. Anyway, yes, I think it might be a quick safety car here, so I think one more lap and we'll be back racing then. But yeah, anyway, Emerson leads and brilliant start there. Second is Fisher, Granty in third position with Lights in fourth position. We've got a couple of guys in the pits, Twang's in the pits, Roscoe's in the pits as well. We've also got, I think, yeah, and also Echo in the pits then. Yeah, so we've got a couple of guys in the pits. It's the softer, I think the, yeah, I'm a bit confused. And I always confused. Murphy in 12th position then, 13th position is Steve. Toon in 14th position there, into the pits, and out comes the pits there. Comes Roscoe. I think Echo there was, I'm not sure if he was throwing a penalty or what, but the Alfa Romeo boys were very slow to get away there, but he's on the hard tires as well. Echo, no, he's on the medium tires, I apologise. And also we've got Twang there, who's on the hard tires then. So it's going to be a very interesting race. Anyway, let me go through the there's a lovely shot here from the side camera of Emerson's Mercedes. And yeah, let's go through the actual grid of what's going on so far, shall we? Yeah, Emerson leads, Fisher second, Granty third, Lights is fourth, Farshot in fifth position, Matt in sixth position, soft tires, 3 laps so far. Seventh position is Mr. Elite. Farf is up to 8th position. He's had a fantastic start. Same with Stringy. Oh no, and Farf has got a 10-second penalty for exceeding track limits. I'm not sure if that's justified or what, because it looked like he just went wide and they got out of the hairpin. And I remember Vettel did get got a 25-second penalty there, didn't he? But he overtook Vettel, I think. So, well, I suppose the game will be trying to justify itself with that. But unfortunately for Farf, really, that's not good at all, is it? Safety car in the end of this lap then. Farf 9th, Mumford in 10th, Nigel 11th, Murphy in 12th, Steve 13th, Toon 14th, Jonathan 15th, 16th, Roscoe, Turan 17th, and 18th is Echo. That is the running order then. We're about to get back racing in just a few moments. The safety car has gone off and we got another Mercedes leading, and this time it is Emerson, not Bernd Moilander. We're about to get racing in just a few moments time. We got 30 more laps to go around here. We're waiting. When's he gonna go? Look at them all. It's like a queue on Monday morning, isn't it? And there is the center-esque helmet of Emerson. He is bolted. He is gone now. He flies. We're back racing here in Germany. Let's go. And don't worry about yellow flag and free. I hope not. Because I'm hoping no one's crashed out. Now we're on lap 5 at Emerson, Fisher, Granty, Lights, Farshot, Matt, Mr. Elite, Stringy, Farf, and Mumford. That is the top 10 at the moment then, as they drop down into turn 2 then. We're on board with Fisher then. He is 5 tenths of a second away. No DRS, so we've got to wait 3 laps for DRS. But I think that some cars might not need DRS. We're on board with Stringy, who's all over the back of Mr. Elite then. Mr. Elite making his 20th race starts, like fantastic stuff from Mr. Elite. But he's going to be feeling the pressure of that red Ferrari. That red Ferrari is coming. Samus after session. Then of course he retired. Well, he didn't even start the race, did he? On the inside, Lights is out of a massive scrap there, but Farshot has had the advance there. He's up to 5th position then. And we've also got Mercedes there. Stringy's up to 7th position. Mr. Elite 8th. Mumford is past Farf and over to 9th position there. But Farf is coming back and I'm into the Mercedes grandstand. Mercedes ain't gonna like that, are they? 2 fronts gone, 3 second third. Mumford! Oh, contact! No, just had to take a face of action there. And Mumford there is facing the wrong way in coming out of the Mercedes grandstand. What shape there? I'm back on board with 2 fan. Yellow flag and 3 as well as yellow flag and 2 3. It's Mumford's car still. And whoa, what's that? That's Fisher off the track. Fisher damaged the car, and he got another safety car in this race. My goodness me, what is going on here? I'm not sure. Last time we looked at them, they were about 5 tenths of a second away from each other. That's damage. That's huge damage there for Fisher. He has damaged the car. He's going into the pits, and oh dear me, Fisher there is lost all of his front wing. I'm not sure if what's happened there. Matt's in the pits now. We've got another safety car. 3-second penalties all over the show at the moment. Mumford in the pits as well. Who's that? Farf is in the pits as well. Farf, I'm not sure if he damaged the car or what, but he's also had a 10-second penalty. A severe collision. Then with Toon and Jonathan. And Toon's damaged the front part of the car as well. I'm not sure what happened with Fisher there. Hopefully we'll find out hopefully we'll find out in the what happens later on in the race. Simon just said absolute disgrace. Did qualify and it kicked me from formation lap. I can't even race. Codemasters are rubbish. Yeah, they really are. Because yeah, I think because Sam there, of course, he was we basically was in the final part of Q3, wasn't he? Where Sam just left the session, unfortunately there, and That's a shame now for Sam, really is, because Sam was starting 18th today, and I think in a race like this, Sam would have definitely been a key man in this race, where he could have picked up some major points for the McLaren team, especially with rain on the horizon as well. Remember, I think Sam was very much a key figure, wasn't he? Last time we had a bit of moisture in the air, so hopefully, so that is a massive shame now for Sam, a massive advantage there for Sam. That could have really picked up some major points today as well. What a shame now for Sam's point of view then in the McLaren. So we've lost one retirement so far. We've lost two. Sorry, we've lost Sam, who didn't had a DNS unfortunately, and we've got Gunu, who's got a DNF. On board Fish there is right down in 19th position, 18th position at the moment then. And oh my God, we've had 2 safety cars in 6 laps here in Germany. Well, we did say in qualifying that the safety car around here is quite likely at the moment, isn't it? But well, I wasn't expecting this. Jonathan is Toon, sorry, is in the pits. So Toon is in the pits then, and unfortunately, because of his serious collision there with Jonathan Cox there, which has unfortunately cost him. It's cost him some bad points. Sam saying, "Oh, well, hopefully it don't happen next week." Yeah, we hope so as well, because of course it would have been great to have all 20 cars on the grid. One there. Toon there is just also serving his 5-second penalty as well for his severe collision. He's on the soft compound tires. He's also replaced the front wing there, and both Toro Rossos is 17th and 18th at the moment. And look at that, it went a bit dull there, didn't it? You can see the clouds are starting to gather out there at the moment there, but there's still no sign of rain on the horizon just yet. And we will be keeping you up to date with the weather. I'm going to feel like who does the weather? I don't know. Was it Lisa Riley? No, she's Countdown, isn't she? I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to feel like a weatherman, and I'm going to be talking about the weather an awful lot, I think, in this race. And we're going to be keeping an eye on the sky there. It could be a repeat of 2018 here in Germany as well, where the rain did come later on the race set. So keeping on that, we might need the intermediates or even the wet tires then later on in this race set. And well, so far we've got a lot of strategy. 10-second penalty for Toon. And well, where do you see track limits there? I don't know. There's 2 10-second penalties out there. It's Farf and Toon, and in and fight. There's the safety car. The lights are off. We'll be back racing once again. Then hopefully for more than a couple of laps. And Grant here has really showed his nose code. He is showing some intention to fight. The 2 men who are battling at the top of the championship as well. Emerson and Grant. This is what you want to see. We've seen a preview of this, haven't we? Earlier on the race, earlier on the season as well. Back in Australia, we got to get round. We get another round of these guys. This is great stuff as well. Fireshot is no slouch either. He's in first position mode. He was looking very strong in qualifying in Bahrain. Unfortunately, we ended on lap 1 in Bahrain last time out. This time on lap 7, he is still looking granted there. He is trying to go now and goes well. Severe collision. Toon is going to the back of Fisher. We're back racing. Grant is out of the pole. It's not a terrible start for the Williams driver. And Fireshot's all over the back. Everyone's got Lights on. They're all flying into turn 1. And Lights there. Oh, Lights is gone. He's hit Grayson. Fireshot. He's out of the race. Oh, dear me. That is not good at all. Fireshot has been punched off out of the race, and I think that he's going to be absolutely livid with that. Toon is out of the race as well. He is gone. He is retired from this as well. Toon has not finished the race so far in ALR, and Fireshot is going to be absolutely livid. Young Lights there was 2. Oh my goodness me. Murphy is going up the inside. Oh my goodness me. There's a sandwich. Oh, they've all come together, and the Young Lights there is having a bit of a mare at this moment in time. Murphy's dropped all the way down to 16th. Oh dear. Emerson leads. Granty is 2nd. Mr. Lee is in 3rd position with Nigel 4th. Steve 5th. Roscoe 6th. Twang is 7th. Barf is 8th. Young Lights is in 9th position. Then 10th position is Stringy. 11th position is Jonathan. 12th is Echo. Then we've got Fisher, who's on the inside of Matters down to 14th. Mumford 15th. And Murphy is down in 16th position after those shenanigans going on then. And well, on the last, wait for the last 2 cars and last 2 laps. Look how dull it's got all of a sudden. It's gone completely dull. In 2 laps, we have had beautiful sunshine, and it's gone very overcast here in Hockenheim. Then lap 9, Emerson, Granty, Mr. Elite. Then we got Nigel. Then we have got Steve. Then we got Farfin, Twang there for Toon is there for session there. Farfin and Twang there is was rubbing wheels down the back straight there. Lights is dropping down. Oh my goodness me! What is this? What is this? Oh, Jonathan! Jonathan and does that. Fish on Harrison, bumping and grinding there. Jonathan oh my goodness me. I don't think there's any debris there on the back there, is it? And we've got Twang who's under all kinds of pressure for Young Lights. Let's try to come back after having a bit of a crazy old first up. And the carries up the inside. He passes Twang. He's up into 8th position. Then we've also got Fisher and Echo. Echo is being run off the road there by Fisher. Matt is up in the 30th position. He's got past John. Finished on the 14th with Mumford. And Murphy there also recovering as well. Emerson leads Granty second. Third position is Mr. Elite, followed by Nigel, followed by Steve, followed by Roscoe, followed by Farfer as well. Then we've got a gap between Young Lights, and the Young Lights is under all sorts of pressure. And we got Fisher who's past Stringy and up in the 10th position. Good move there from Fisher on the outside of the Ferrari drive as well. And Echo is holding an amazing move for his 4th-string out wide. That's an incredible manoeuvre, isn't it? And I'm in the 12th position then. George been an 8 motor. Grant has set the fastest of the race so far then. As we come through the complete lap 9 then. And Fisher is having an incredible drive, isn't he? He's balling back through the field. On board of him. He's going to go on the inside. That would have been perilous, wouldn't it, for Fisher? So we've got Roscoe all over the back of Steve. Roscoe's on a look then. Far in the background as well. And he just passed on the corner. But he's got off DRS the top. Steve is under all kinds of pressure there for Roscoe. Roscoe, remember, he had a great race in Barham before came to nothing in turn 12. He's out on another stellar race here tonight as well. Now, Farfair has moved across the track there, and Steve, oh my goodness me, there's a sandwich again there. They love having sandwiches down there, don't they? Twang and Fisher's gone wide there. Fisher's gone wide. Twang is back in front as well, and now they've got a drag race coming down the turn. So Young Lights is in the inside, and oh my goodness me, we've also got we've still got Roscoe. We've still got Roscoe and Steve and the Far falling away for 5th, 6th, and 7th then. Oh, and who's that run off the track there as well? That is, I think that's Young Lights, isn't it? It is Young Lights there. Young Lights is trying to keep on the back of Fish there, but he's gone wide. And Echo had a great move around here last time. He's having, but not this time. That course, he caught Stringy completely unaware there, didn't he? That was an almighty old lunge there. Matt's got by Stringy as well. Stringy is struggling. Jonathan there is also struggling as well. I'll drop it down then. And we got rain. We got rain here in Germany then. So this is where the rain is here a lot sooner than I would have thought then. Murphy, of course, remember he was fantastic around the rain here. Some last season was in the qualified session then. So I expect, can we get the same? Fisher's up into 8th position there. Passes Twang and moves up into 8th position there. Twang dropping down to 9th position. Young Lights there also. Otherwise, I think that'll be disabled soon. Look at this, and we got rain there all over the camera there. That's a lot of rain already here. Echo is up the inside. He passes Young Lights. Twang is back on the inside of Fisher. Twang and Fisher, I gotta say, they're on a proper battle royale out there, and they look at the background. There's all sorts of shenanigans going on there. Twang is still in. Oh my goodness, Twang's gonna have a look on the inside. Wow, what a move! What a move! Oh, and Twang and Fisher's on the inside there. Twang there is kept his position. That's a fantastic maneuver there from Twang. Hats off to him. Brilliant stuff indeed. Then they fly into the stadium section as well. Echo 10th. Then we got Young Lights drop down to 13th. Matt in Stringy's off the track. Mumford is up to 13th position. No yet. Whoa, Stringy's come Mumford under. Mumford back through. Brilliant driving. Fantastic. Jonathan in 15th position with Murphy in 16th as well. Then 3-second penalty there for Roscoe. There was a 4-second gap then. Grant is loving these conditions at the moment then, isn't they? Who's going to take advantage then of these wet weather? Oh, Fisher flying through. Where did he come from there? And now, and look at this. That Lights has come up the inside, and he's going up the inside. He passes Echo, and he moves up into 10th position then. Or does he? Echo is back through. Lights is on the grass there. Whoa, Echo getting just about cars with him. Once again, they're banging wheels. Nigel and Mr. Lee are battling away in the third position as well. There they are, just down the straight. And Lights there is having a drag race, but he's at the moment to the 11th position. And Nigel moving up into 4th position. Twang there has gone very wide then out of the hairpin. At the moment, there is it's still not wet enough for the intermediate tire. So it's Farf is all over the back of Roscoe. Roscoe's gone wide then. And Farf is up into 6th position, I think. It is 6th position, isn't it? Away he goes then. 7th position is Roscoe. Fisher 8th. Then we got Lights there, who's still on the back of Twang as well. We got Matt, who's also Mumford's having a good old race, and we see the Ferrari and Alfa Romeo very nip and tuck. Jonathan, the inside to Saxa. He's forcing Stringy right. Stringy's got damage there. There's Murphy in the back right there. It's still not wet enough for the intermediate tires. So now Stringy's got damage to the Ferrari, and so is Jonathan. He's got got damage to the Alfa Romeo, and these guys are just waiting for the right moment to come in for the intermediate tires at the moment there, and Jonathan is letting Murphy through there. We're back with these guys here. This is an incredible battle, isn't it? And we're on board then with Steve at the moment. Farf in 6th position, Roscoe 7th, Fisher 8th, 9th position is Twang, and Mumford is past Martin up into 10th position as well. A lovely shot here. There's Echo. He's gaining, going on. Trying to force on the move. Mr. Lee is back in front of Nigel. Matt is back in front of Mumford. Murphy is in front of Stringy. There's all sorts going on. Mumford, where's Murphy? Murphy's on the outside. Stringy is trying to force him off the track there. Not Murphy's out none of it. I'm absolutely drenched in sweat. This is incredible racing here. And now Murphy is back in the field. He's trying to switch fight. Murphy is out of control, and he's gone into the side of Stringy there. Far shots left for session. Mr. Lee is dropping down a couple of positions as well. Nigel third. Fourth is Farf in fourth. What's going on there? An incredible race there from Farf. Murphy was out of control there, and then went into the side of Stringy there. Into the pits as Farf. He's rolling the dice. I think he's counting for the intermediate tires. I think it's too early. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm usually wrong on these types of conditions. Stringy up in the 7th position as well. Echo 8th, Farf in the pits, and he's damaged the nose cone. Intermediate tires out for the Ferrari team. Also intermediate tires out for the Mercedes mechanics. Both Ferrari mechanics are in the pits, and this might be perfectly judged then. Sorry for Jonathan in the pits as well then. So these guys are rolling the dice fairly early on in the in this race then. Absolutely incredible stuff as well. Far out in 14th position. Stringy is not coming to pits, as is Steve. Oh my goodness me, that's Fisher. Oh, they're getting them fighting into the hairpin then. Fisher's up in the 4th position. Fisher is up into 4th position. He is only 8 seconds away. Emerson's dropping down. Grant, he has taken the lead of the German Grand Prix. Emerson's dropping down second. Fisher is only 8 seconds away, 9 seconds away from the race lead of this race, and he's had an extra stop. Incredible drive there from Fisher. Absolutely stupendous stuff in this German Grand Prix. Remember, round 9 of gold, of ALR gold then, season 3. Murphy is now starting to move his way through the field quite quickly there. He's loving these conditions. I think Mr. Twinkle Toes out there. He's up to 11th so far. Good stuff indeed then. Pit stop action then. Granty and Emerson in the pit set. And usually we do wait for the DRS to be disabled, don't we? But no, they're all coming to pit set. Unless I've missed it, which that is that is more than likely. Twang in the pits as well. So in the pits is Young Lights. As Murphy is staying out. Murphy is staying out then. He is going to see can he keep it on the track then. Intermediate tires for these guys, and who is going to gradually back out in the lead then. Murphy up in 2nd position. We've also got Matt staying on the pits as well then. And you can see that this is Roscoe in the pits, and Roscoe coming out now. Matt is retired from the race then. He is gone. Oh, that's a collision. That's a smash and a half there. And that's a safety car. It's a safety car. Oh my goodness me. We got another safety car then here in this race. Oh my gosh. And Twang there. I full far it's gone. And who is the safety car going to advantage? Is it going to be Murphy's advantage here? Well, we'll find out now. Remember, all these guys got to stick to a delta at the moment. Then we'll find out just a few moments. I know, hopefully it's because Murphy, young man who isn't on the intermediate tires just yet then, and we're on board with the man who's on the medium tires. This actually might be a beautiful thing for Murphy, I think at the moment. And there's Nigel in the background as well, as far shot is just put there Jerome there, as Jonathan there. I just looked there. Jonathan had a penalty of some kind there. Apologies guys, I completely missed that. Drive-through penalty for speeding under a safety car, and drive-through penalty for Stringy as well. Both guys have got drive-through penalties for speeding under a safety car. That's not good at all then. Far shot, I'd say drum there. I would say that's quite tame there for far shot. I got drive-through. We got 3 drive-through penalties there for driving under a safety car for Stringy, Mr. Elite, and Jonathan there. My goodness, you got to stick to the delta. And unfortunately, these guys aren't doing that at the moment. I'm saying there seems to be no respectful space there, and also far Glock there doing the eyes rolling emoji as well. Into the pits comes Murphy from 3rd position at the moment. Then Young Light saying sorry, far shot. Sorry, why are people going down the inside there? I'm now at the point set. Tristan, safety car crash tonight, evening, safety car crazy, it really is. Murphy there is coming out in, where is he, he's coming out just in front of, behind Young Lights. Murphy in 12th position there, so it wasn't a net gain in the end there, but he's, I thought Murphy's going to overtake Young Lights there and go for the 30th position there. Jonathan in the pits, I think Jonathan trying to serve the drive-through penalty here, while he's coming in the pits there. He is changing intermediate tyres, so he's going to have fresh tyres then in this German Grand Prix. As we were just on board then with Granty, we're on lap 16 out of 34. Yeah, I think the incident with Fireshot and Young Lights, yeah, I think the Fireshot was quite tame there, really, wasn't it? Because Fireshot, unfortunately, Young Lights did tip him off there, didn't they? Unfortunately, we've lost Matt in this race. We've lost Fireshot, Toon, and Gunnar all out of the race, and Sam, who had a DNS for not starting the race, which is such a shame now for Sam. It really is. On board then with Granty. It's great to have your company here tonight. It's been a brilliant race so far, isn't it? And of course it's raining in Germany. What did you expect, really, doesn't it? Of course, Germany of course the Hockenheim race has been meant to be alternating with the Nürburgring, wasn't it? Since 2000 and was it 9 that it started doing that like deal? I think it was, wasn't it? But unfortunately, Nürburgring did run out of funds back in 2013, didn't they? So then Hockenheim couldn't do it every year, could they? So they kept like doing it 2014. Alternative years, didn't they? And I think this is the last time we're ever going to be here in Germany. And I've got to say, it's an absolutely great celebration, isn't it? For the German motorsport fans there. Really good stuff indeed. Safety car is still out at the moment as we're just Stringy and Joffa there just catching up at the moment then. Joffa saying silver cleaner than gold there. Oh, controversial. Well, I got to say, it's going to be a busy old night, isn't it, for the stewards, isn't it? So let's take stock then. We're coming up to half distance. Well, we're one lap away from half distance. The rain has come out a lot earlier than what I thought it would. I thought it'd be later on in the race, but it really isn't. It has been out just before the half distance at this moment in time. Incredible stuff, Ben. Really is said. Absolutely, wow. Really, it's been really incredible as well. Sorry, I got distracted there. As a Fireshot, very disappointed there, isn't it, with what's occurred this season and what's occurred in this race and this season as a whole so far. Granty leads the race second. It's Emerson. Nigel in third position. Fisher up in the fourth. Fifth position is Steve with Mr. Elite 6. Echo is 7th. Roscoe 8th position. Farf is in 9th. Twang is 10th. Lights 11th with Murphy in 12th position. Mumford 13th. Stringy 14th. Jonathan 15th. Retirements Matt. Oh no! And Roscoe has gone into the back of Echo here as he damaged the nose cone. Let's just take a quick look. Well, lovely shot. I love the shots usually, the over cam shot, but I don't think he's damaged it from that very long shot. I gotta say, I might need to go to Specsavers here, but I think that safety car is in the end of this lap then. Brilliant stuff. Safety car is in the end of this lap then, but look at them all bunching up. Do you see how easy it is, can't you, to crash into someone as they all start to slow down then? The question is that how long is this wet weather going to be? Is this for the end of the race now? We'll find out soon then. And a lovely shot here. Look how narrow this track is. It's old school, isn't it, around here? Really good stuff indeed then, as Forza has just said. Granty P1, shocking. I think that's a bit of sarcasm there, isn't it? Grant, of course, the championship leader, who's had a fantastic season up till now. 3 wins so far in 8 races. Has been absolutely outstanding stuff on it for Grant in his title defense. We're going racing now. Yes, we are racing. See, it's only a light rain at the moment there, isn't it? So it's not actually bucketing it down then. Emerson is just following the leader at the moment, though, isn't he? He's not too far away. Look how slippery it is. Look how greasy the track is at the moment. Then lap 18 then. Granty leads. Second is Emerson. Emerson's all over the gearbox, isn't he? Granty then, who is got Mr. Lee's got 3 second penalties now. I think he ran 1 in turn 1. No DRS this time then, so he's going to be a bit more of a natural overtaking, so to speak, isn't it? And we'll go from there as we're on board then with Emerson. And look at this then as Jonathan's got by Stringy. Oh, and look at that, even giving a bit of a kiss as he passes through as well. Roscoe and Farf on drag, wheel-to-wheel drag racing going down into the hairpin as well. Look at them. Look at that. I think that was Nigel under attack there. Oh, my goodness me. Farf, I think just bumped Roscoe out of the way, didn't he? I'm sure the car was just up in the air there. Roscoe there is dropping down into 9th position. Twang there is all over the back of Roscoe in 10th position there. Look at the spray as these guys come back up to race the speed there. Oh, and Twang, oh my goodness me, Twang completely misjudged his breaking point. Farfus off the track. Roscoe's been punted out of the way, almost going into the back of into the stringing area, just recovered back on the track there. Twang there misjudged his breaking point, has taken off 3 cars there. Twang there, oh what a shame there for Twang in the Renault. They're having a bit of a nightmare of racer. Stringy's trying to get through as well in the front. Roscoe dropping down the order. Granty leads, second is Everson, Nigel in third position, Fisher fourth, Steve fifth, Mr. Elite is in the pits, and Echo is now going to move up to sixth position then with Young Light seventh position. Farf, has he got damaged there because he got completely I don't think he might be lucky. He is lucky there. Farf is eighth position, Murphy in ninth position, Mumford back up to 10th. Mr. Elite is in the pits then for his drive-through penalty. Jonathan is also in the pits for his drive-through penalty as well. Remember, these are speeding under a safety car. Incredible stuff, Ben. And brilliant stuff indeed. Striggy in 13th position. Roscoe is in the pits then after damage and Twang there completely misjudging his braking point there. What a shame then. Lap 19 then. Granty leads, his teammate is now at the back of the field, unfortunately. Look at this queue of cars then. We've got Emerson, we got Granty, Emerson, Nigel, Fisher and Steve all battling for the lead then of this German Grand Prix as we are coming into we're in the second half of this race now. We've got an awfully long way to go in this race, and awfully long way to go in this race. As I'll just read out the comments in a bit there because one just actually made me chuckle. Flicking it into the stadium sector as well. And where we got it. Yeah, the rain is getting heavier now out there, isn't it? So remember that I think intermediate tyres have got such a great operating window, haven't they? So these intermediate tyres could stand a lot of standing water, can't they? So I don't think the wet tyres will definitely be available just yet. But when they have puddles, and that's when it will become very dangerous as well. Steve is in fifth position. He's having a great job. And Granty's got a 3-second penalty. That might pay dividends later on this race. 14 laps to go in this German Grand Prix. Absolutely incredible stuff, and it really is at the moment. 3-second penalty with Favre as well. Nigel third position. Nigel the third position. I must admit, I remember he was out of Q2, and so back in the full position. John Fernando, nightmare day. He's back in the pits there for the Alfa Romeo. Steve's on a cracking day. Really good stuff indeed. Then on board Farfar. He is now matching Young Lights. Young Farfar was involved in an incident earlier on there, and he was right at the back of the grid. He's up to 8th position about Farfar. He's a specialist there, coming from the back of the field. Farfar is doing a great job there, isn't he? Gavel in front is half a second, and 8/10 of a second between Emerson and Nigel, and then it's Fisher in full position. Fisher having a great recovery drive in there after he was wrong way round at the Sachs curve, wasn't he? We didn't see what happened there with Fisher, but he lost the whole of the front nose cone. Murphy is only 8/10 of a second back as well. Murphy also on a very difficult race as well. There's a lot of drivers there that have had some interesting experiences here in this German Grand Prix, haven't they, to say the least? There's been a lot of shenanigans going on in this German Grand Prix, to say the least. And Young Lights there, Young Lights is also has been a lot of the action as well. As they Rob Bohr with Farfan. Look at how much they have to now have to adapt their driving style in these wet weather conditions. They're very difficult indeed. And that's a lot of spray out there, isn't it? And the rain, I think, is getting heavier and heavier out there at the moment. So the guys have got to watch out for aquaplane. Then that's one of the places where you could aquaplane. Matt, of course, had an absolutely awful smash there, didn't he, in a couple of laps ago, which brought the third safety car, I think it was. So we've had 3 safety cars in this race. Absolutely outstanding stuff, really is that. And as they come out to turn 3, then remember, no DRS at the moment. So we've got to take a look at the front, because this is going to be interesting. Granty is at the moment leading it, but we got a 4-car battle for lead. Steve is just jumping off the back of this bar as well, because now he's got Echo for company in the background as well. Farf is also keeping it. Young Lights in his view as well. That is the only battles on track as it stands at the moment. Everyone else is kind of spread out at the moment. Then we got Mr. Elite, currently on the points is Mr. Elite, Stringy, Jonathan, Twang and Roscoe. All those guys that are out the points currently, which is a lot of good drivers that are out the points at the moment. Mumford doing a good job in 10th position. Murphy having a good recovery drive, as is Farf as well. Steve having an absolutely outstanding race out there at the moment, isn't he, in the Haas? Brilliant stuff for Steve. I think that was Fisher there climbing all over the gearbox of Nigel. Nigel's starting to drop back a bit. He is starting to drop back. He's a second behind Emerson now. And look at this. And I bet that's so difficult to drive in this spray. It really is, isn't it? Absolutely talent. Hats off to the talent of talented drivers they are doing here in this German Grand Prix. Wet German Grand Prix. Fisher, I thought was going at the wall there, but my goodness me, he was calm, wasn't he? Murphy there got a 3 second penalty there for cutting turn 1, I believe it was. So unfortunately, that's another couple of seconds worth of penalties there as well. There's just 5/10 of a second. That is the gap moment there. Emerson is not close enough. That is a lot of rain all of a sudden. I think the rain's getting heavier. One of these guys, what the wet wear tires had. Fish out a look on the inside. Farf is not close enough. Murphy is. I thought he was going into the back of that Ferrari then. Is he going to go up and under that? No, not quite then. And Young Lights at the moment is keeping these guys at bay then, but Young Lights is now starting to gain on Echo. Echo is gaining on C as well. We might have a queue of cars now starting to form behind Steve then in that enthralling battle for fifth position then. Here are the leaders once again, and that is a monsoon weather around here now. Is the rain is just getting heavier and heavier. This is going to be this is a testing part of the race then for the drivers then. Wow, incredible stuff then. This is going to be an absolute test of man and machine here in the elements here in Germany. Look at it, absolutely incredible. On board of Emerson, that is a lot of rain. I bet these guys are going to have to be very more intensive than what they were before. Wow, impressive stuff, isn't it? Back on board with Fisher then, and Fisher, oh my goodness me, and he was almost I thought that was going to happen the lap before. My goodness me, I would have had to change my pants after that. Gosh, Farfus now all over the back of Lights then. He needs to stay up behind him then. Can you take more of an acute angle? Of course, you can take more of carton lines around you, can't you? Of course, then the grippiest part of the track is not on the racing line anymore, and usually as well. Of course, that Pirelli rubber would be more slippery than what it normally is, isn't it? Young Lights then is Farfus gaining. Young Lights is going to be feeling that red car in his mirrors. Farfus out of look there. Jonathan is back in the pits and he's having a I wonder if he's going onto the wet weather tires. And let's take a look there. Jonathan in the pits and he is on the wet weather tires. The first man to go on the wet tires. He's in and out, and he's away. He's away. For Roscoe up in the 40 position as well. Farfus through! He's on the AstroTurf there, and I think that's a bit of a wild lunge there into the Mercedes grandstand. But Farfus was through temporarily, but now he is going. Look at the rain! But now he's going to have Murphy all over the back of it as well, isn't he? Fisher there once again getting into the back of Nigel. He's got some pace, hasn't he, Fisher? In today's race, there's a lot of could-haves and should-haves in this race. As it stands so far, it's been a lottery, hasn't it? I'm wondering if people are going to think about the wet wear tires, or can they hang on to the intermediates? Jonathan is on the wet tires. He is down in 15th position there. We'll see what he does when he lights up the screen there. 3 second penalty for Fisher Gez. He's trying to keep up with Nigel in third position and fourth respectively. Farfus just gone for a bit wild there, hasn't he? Also looks like Echo is now starting to struggle in these conditions as well, as he's now falling to the back of Young as well. Back on board with Farf, the Ferrari driver. Grant is now starting to find his feet and is actually pulling away from Emerson. Granty there going for his 4th race win of the season. Incredible stuff. I remember Emerson was on pole today for the third time in his career. It's been brilliant stuff there for Emerson, hasn't it? Fantastic. That centre helmet's been brilliant. Can he now use the magic of the helmet and get himself back up into the lead? Well, at the moment then, I think Granty does have the measure of him as it stands at the moment then. I'll finish the close battle trying in 7th, 8th and 9th, and Lights, Farf and Murphy battling away. There's Echo there. Echo is just about a second in front. But you can see I think the wet tire. Well, sorry, I'm getting my words muddled up. I'm struggling here. It's been absolutely incredible. But yeah, the wet wear tires are not working out. I think it's the intermediate tires still the quickest way, because Jonathan is lost 2 seconds on that lap to Roscoe. So these guys are now starting to bunch up there. Echo is really falling to the back of Lights as well. Steve is now starting to really stretch his legs there. So Echo is now struggling in these conditions there. Yeah, the wet tires are not the way to go at the moment, and there needs to be a bit more rain, doesn't it? I think that the track is still intermediate zone at the moment. So Jonathan did roll the dice. Unfortunately, it hasn't worked out, as it with just 10 laps to go. Far for set they've got a 3 second penalty there as well for cutting turn 1 there. Turn 1 is brutal. I think that's where a lot of the penalties are going to be coming from. Dropping down into the second corner then. Now accelerating away. I think the Lights is actually closer to Echo than Farfus to Lights at the moment. And there's Murphy in the background as well, just keeping tabs on this battle. Stringy's got a 3 second penalty. Stringy in 12th position there in the second Ferrari then. And look in the background, there's Mumford as well then. And Schwann's got a bit of a calm state of affairs at the moment in this race, which is good for me, because now then, let's just take a quick look at the comments then, shall we? Hamzed has said bumper cars. I think that's a quote from Max Verstappen, wasn't it? We've also got fire shot. Well, Sean. Alhan saying they don't you like personal space. Apparently not. Then I'm not sure if he's commented about me or if he's commented about the drivers. We've also got Tristan say, my God, my head hurts after all this showing. I can't imagine how your voices feel. Well, my voice is actually really starting to hurt. In this we've only had 25 laps out of 34. My voice is really starting to have a bit of a strain at the moment, isn't it? I'm gonna have a lump in my throat by the end of this one. As we've also got forwards easy for the guys behind Granty judging breaking points. It's Granty who has to guess where credit is due. Then absolutely, Granty is doing a fantastic job once again, showing the caliber of his incredible talents. Granty, of course, a champion, isn't he, last season, and he's just showing once again today of how formidable of an opponent he is at the moment. Fisher's only half a second back from Nigel, and really starting to put the pressure on the season 1 champion. Nigel is at the moment now in third position. They're back on board Farf at the moment, so we're just keeping tabs on this battle at the moment. Then it's between Lights, Farf and Murph there. It just seems to be just out of reach at the moment, doesn't it, for Farf, and Farf get by Young Lights. We've also got fire shot. Could have had a podium, Dave. So it denied me by cutting a corner and hitting me into a wall then. So yeah, fire shot very disappointed in too, as well. He should be as well, because he's been in the last 2 races. Fire shot has looked quite phenomenal in qualifying. He looked really good in Bahrain and qualifying today as well. He looked like he had some amazing pace. Jonathan is back on the intermediate tyres, and the wet tyres was definitely not the way to go. But unfortunately, he is now quite a long way behind. He's 22 seconds back now. He needs a safety car in the final couple of laps there to really do anything about his race. Unfortunately, he's too far back, I think, Jonathan is for him to have anything to happen there for now, doesn't it? Without anything untoward happening. As we're on lap 27 out for back on board far for the moment. And yellow flag and white. Fisher is gone. We found there was a couple of there's a couple of times safety car, just as I say it, then we get a safety car. This is our 4th safety car. Fisher, we found it when we was on board with Fisher, wasn't it? Where he was on board with him, and he was having some wobblies, wasn't he? Fisher then, who's having an incredible drive back for the field, is now out of this race. Roscoe's got a 3-second penalty. Into the pits there comes Striggy. I wonder if anyone else coming in the pits. Twang comes in the pits as well. Roscoe, I think all the guys in the back should definitely come in the pits then. So this is going to be definitely hard work now for Grant, isn't it? So again, I think that's the 3rd safety car, isn't it? It's an incredible race here tonight, here in Germany. Then Fisher, we was on board with Fisher a couple of times, and we felt that he was a bit wobbly there, didn't we? The last couple of times was on board with him, and unfortunately Turwin finally got the better of Fisher, and he is out of this German Grand Prix. What a shame for Fisher there, and his car has been cleaned up quite quickly then. So we're just waiting for the guys then to come to the pits. And Jonathan there is I think he was almost about to get a the reason why he's at a standstill there, because I think he was about to get a penalty there, wasn't he, for exceeding the safety car. So I think this is what Jonathan wanted there. That's why you never give up in racing, isn't it? Because the safety cars come out, and this potentially could help Jonathan get a few points there, maybe even more than a few points, depending on what is going to happen then. Is anyone for the top positions going to come to the pits? Lights is in the pits. Farf is overtaken Lights in the pits. They're on board with Farf. He is overtaken Lights in the pits then. Oh my goodness me, that's definitely Fernando Alonso-esque there, wasn't it, really? As he was he was definitely not he wanted the advance there. He has got the advance there. He's in and out. He's in front of Young Lights, and away he goes. Well, I suppose that is, I'm not sure if I suppose that is allowed, isn't it? Because you're technically off the track there. Mr. Elite there stayed out on the old intermediate tyres, and far from Young Lights there. I think Young Lights might be a bit unhappy on that. Mumford out in 10th position then, so all the guys so far, Lights, Mumford, Striggy, Twag, Roscoe and Jonathan, all on fresh intermediate tyres. They're going to pay dividends in this race. And we've got a couple more laps to go then. Well, I'm going to say, well, a couple more. We've got 6 laps to go then. Oh, so yeah, it's been impressive stuff, hasn't it? It's been a very tough race as well. There's a bit of sunshine as well, bursting through the clouds, and I don't think it's enough. I don't think the rain's going to stop. I don't think the rain's going to stop, and the course is going to dry out now. So I'll figure out intermediate tires till the end of this race now. But that would have thrown in a lovely double sixer, wouldn't it? Granty leads. Emerson is second. Nigel in third position with Steve up in the fourth. Steve had a fantastic race. Echo in fifth position. Murphy is up in the sixth as well with Mr. Elite 7. Fourth is 8th. 9th is Young Lights. 10th is Mumford. 11th position is Stringy. 12th Twag. Roscoe in 13th with Jonathan 14th. We're just waiting for that magical safety car. That magical safety car message to come in the pits. Then Jonathan's got a 3-second penalty. He's trying to quickly catch up to the safety car I think the safety car's going to be out for one more lap as there's one more Jonathan as he's trying to catch up. But safety car will be out for at least one more lap, so that should give Jonathan enough time there to come in to catch up. Then Mumford's got a 5-second penalty there for exceeded track limit, so that was out of the final turn there. So that's a brutal penalty. There's a lot of brutal penalties around here, isn't there? Around Germany I think that's probably one of the key characteristics, isn't it? This race is about the penalties. And look at that, the rain is completely eased off now. It was absolutely hammering it down, wasn't it? Halfway through this race, Jonathan is the only man to go onto the wet tyres, but unfortunately that didn't pay dividends, did it? And he's back on the intermediate tyres now, and he has been given a reprieve as such, hasn't he? As he's just trying to catch up to the back safety car. Safety car's just coming down the main straight as well. We're on board Jonathan, the man who was starting sixth at the moment, and he's having a bit of a horrible race weekend here tonight, isn't he? But hopefully he can get some points. Hopefully he can get some points there to just make up for what's been a very tough day, hasn't it? As he got behind Fisher's car in qualifying and then stayed in the race as well. It's just been it's been a bit of bumper cars, hasn't it? As Hamza has said. In the old comment section as well. We've got 5 laps to go then. Oh, we've got to have a sprint race then, haven't we? For the final 5 laps then. So it's going to be very much then. It's going to be electric. I really said. Watch out for Farf, Lights, Mumford, Stringy, Twang, Roscoe and Jonathan. All on fresh intermediate tyres then. Look how light the rain is now. We're just watching Jonathan as he is just trying to catch up to the back of the safety car to stay there. Just coming around into the stadium sector as well. And Jonathan, I'm not sure. He's going to have to go great guns, I think, because I think the safety car will be the end of this. In at the end of this lap, I hope. Well, not for Jonathan's sake anyway, but definitely for our sake. Just waiting for those safety car lights to come off then, and I think they're staying out for another lap then. So safety car is out for another lap then, so I think that's good news then for Jonathan then. So yeah, Jonathan's the only one then who hasn't caught up to the safety car yet then. So yeah, we've got another lap there behind the safety car, and then well, we'll have 4 laps to go then. We'll have 4 laps when the safety car comes in rather than 5. We're on board there with Granty at the moment. As here is the race leader. He's going for win number 4 this season in 9 races. That's an incredible return, isn't it, for Granty this season? He's been absolutely impressive stuff. I think he had 3 race wins over the course of last season, so he's almost. I think he's already matched his tally from last season. It's been impressive, hasn't it, for Granty this season? He's just come out of the blocks absolutely stunningly well, hasn't he? John Fernandez got to the back now, so I think the safety car will be at the end of this lap. Then hold on to your hats, folks. We're going to have an electric end to this race weekend. Then I got to say that I'm not going to go for driver today just yet. Then, but I got to say, outstanding drive for Steve. Really good 17th. I think this might be his best result of his ALR career. Murphy on a good recovery drive. Same with Fisher as well. Fisher's on a fantastic recovery drive back through the field before he met his demise in turn 1, unfortunately. Yeah, so I'd say an outstanding driver from Murphy to come back. Also for Farr. So I remember Farr started from 20th on the grid. He's up into 8th. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Right now, we're just waiting for those safety cars to go off. And Bert Mylander has been earning his paycheck today, hasn't he? He's been on track quite a number of times. And I think he's led about a quarter of this race. I think a fifth of this race. He's been out there so many times. Incredible, isn't it? Incredible stuff. Oh my goodness me, made me jump. I forgot we had a dog in the house. Anyway, it's safety cars there. We're just waiting for those lights to go on. We're on board Granty. Where is the safety car? Look left, there it is. There on the lights, they've gone out. We'll be going racing then for the final 4 laps and here in Germany then. And the rain is starting to get heavier again, I think. And Twag and String are really eager, so we're already dicing for position then. And They're already swarm position there. Of course, no one can overtake until the start-finish line. Nobody can. So, of course, the rules apply to every one of these 14 drivers left in this race set. Granty is going to get going in a minute. When is he going to drop the hammer? When is it going to be hammer time for Granty in the Rocket Williams? We're just waiting for him. Where is he going? Where's he going? I think he's going. He's going now. A severe collision in the back. A severe collision in the back there with Roscoe and Twag. And Roscoe is, well, I think Roscoe there, I'm not sure what he was doing there. But I thought he was going to absolutely plough into someone then. Granty leads. Second position is Emerson. Third is Nigel. Fourth is Fire. Sorry, it's Steve. Emerson. Oh my goodness me! Look at this. Then Farfan. He's on the first intermediate tires. Frost goes out of the race. What a shame. He had a great qualifying session. Farfan. He's gone into Murphy. He's gone into Murphy. Farfan. And that is Farfan. Oh dear. He overshot the corner. He's dropped out of third position. Farfan's out of the points. And yellow flag and free is Roscoe. And Twag is dropping out the order. Jonathan is back up in the 12th position there. Oh my goodness, they're going side by side, going down the back straight. This is incredible stuff. And Fosco's left for session. And Mr. Lee is dropping down the order. Those softer, those fresh intermediate tires are paying dividends. Twag there. Jonathan getting very close and personal there at the bottom of the hairpin. Young Lights there is up into 7th position. Then Steve got a 3-second penalty. Hopefully those penalties don't come back to hold Steve later on this race because he's doing a fantastic job there. Young Lights up in the 7th position there. Mr. Elite there on 16 lap on intermediate tires. Murphy is now gaining on Echo as well. I think that those guys might be feeling a bit vulnerable on the fresh shod intermediate tires as well. Farfair, I think he damaged the Ferrari as well, so he's going to drop down. Stringy also in the points at the moment as well. And the Ferrari in 10th position. John just outside the points 11th position as it stands at the moment then. Lap 31 then it completed. Granty leads. And look at how much Mumford has got the purchase out on those fresh intermediate tires there. He's got the little spikes there on the tires, hasn't he? So that just means more grip. Farf is up in the 12th position. Twang dropped down the 13th and had a miserable race. Twang is ending today. It's been a very difficult race as well. As Mr. Elite there. I thought he was going in way too deep there. But that was Stringy in the back on that. I was focusing on the front. I didn't even think about Stringy. We're on board with him now. Mumford's come on the inside. But Stringy on the inside to the hairpin. He's up the inside. He takes 9th position. He passes Mumford. And Stringy just defending then. As and he's also just giving him a nudge there. Sorry off the track as well. And he's up into 9th position there. Stringy is that Mumford getting a 3-second penalty there for running wide in the background for running wide as just for just some additional problems there in the Mercedes, and he's dropped down to 10th position then. But this battle's not done and dusted yet, is it? Because Mumford is now back all over the back of that Ferrari, isn't he? But I think we're going into the stadium sector, and I think Stringy should be okay here. Mr. Elite there is going to have to do a lot of defending there in this in the final series of the race. We're on lap 32 out of 34 in this very variable, very action-packed German Grand Prix. It's been action all over the show. Granty's got a second advantage over Emerson. Emerson's got a 1.5 second advantage over Nigel as well. Steve in 4th position with Echo 5th. Murphy in 6th position. Lights the 7th. Mr. Elite 8th. Stringy is in 9th position, but he's got Mumford for company going into turn 1. You've got to be careful around here, don't you? Because we've lost a lot of drivers in turn 1 today, but they're all getting through okay. Jonathan is now only 8/10 of a second away as well. Can Jonathan pinch some points there? Stringy's gone wide, and he's going to lose momentum there because Mumford is going to be all over his gearbox then. Let's run board then with a Mercedes driver. Then can he get in front of Stringy? On board with Mumford now in 3/10 of a second. It's still hovering at 3/10 of a second. Stringy's got a very quick car, hasn't he? He's just pulling. Is it stopped raining? It's stopped raining here in this race then. Of course, it's Mumford there came from a long way back. I was distracted by the weather. Mumford there. Wow, all or nothing manoeuvre, and he's back up into 9th position there, straight down to 10th position, and Jonathan there just outside the points in the 11th position at the moment there. And I thought he was going to go into the back of Stringy as well. Now, I've got to say, Stringy there is, I think Mumford is got more pace at this stage of the race. Hasn't he? Look at him, he's all over the back of Mr. Elite already. Stringy was dropping off the back of Mr. Elite, wasn't he? In the Ferrari. So, yeah, Mumford is looking, trying to grab the ball by the horn, so to speak. Echo is now 4/10 of a second away from Steve as we're on the final lap then of the German Grand Prix. Lap 44. 34, ALR 34, and Mumford on the inside, the final corner. Stringy's going to go through. He's on the outside, Stringy is. Is he going to go? I think it'd be impressive. He goes into turn one. Not quite there, but he's very much on the back there of Mumford. He's on a much better run out of turn one then. They're side by side going into turn two. He is passed, is he? He is passed. He's up into 9th position. Takes 9th position away. Oh, Stringy's gone wide then. He's had a wobbly. Mumford is back through. Echo and Steve there are very close together. Murphy is side by side with Echo as well. So is Stringy and Mumford as well. I don't know what to watch. We're going to stay with these guys at the moment then. And Mumford is dropped out on Johnson there. It's just gone. Oh no! And Murphy and Echo have gone into each other. Alliance is up in the 5th position. Murphy dropped down 6th. Whereas Echo, I don't know what happened there. We just caught the end of it. And I'm not sure those wheels entangled or what. Now we got action all over the show then. And yes, we're coming into the final stage of this race. Murphy has dropped down to 6th position. Mr. Elite's 8th is Stringy. 9th is Mumford. 10th is Jonathan. 4th. Echo's down to 13th position. 12th position. Twag is in 13th position. Oh my goodness me. Forza thinks that Granty has a penalty, and Farshot, I don't know. Granty comes across the line and he wins the German Grand Prix. No, Emerson wins the German Grand Prix here on Mercedes home track. Emerson wins. Second, Stringy is out of the race. Stringy is gone. I don't know where he's gone. He's out of the race. Favre is in 10th position. Jonathan A. Mr. Elite is 7th. Oh my goodness me. And Mumford is 10th, Favre is 11th. Stringy is out of the German Grand Prix on the final corner. What happened there? And Twang is coming through in third. It will be in 12th position in the end then. Oh my goodness me. Wow, an absolutely incredible race. Jonathan, what a joke of a race there. Just comments on Twang is up to 12th position. Emerson, who says Forrest was exactly right. Emerson, Grant had a 3-second penalty. Emerson took advantage and he wins the German Grand Prix. Wow, fantastic stuff. Stringy was so close to getting some points. They absolutely heartbreaking for Stringy right in the end there. What a shame for Stringy's Twang there is struggling to get across the line there, but Emerson there taking his lap of honour. Granty in 2nd position. 3rd position is Nigel. 4th is Steve. Great result from Steve today. Fantastic stuff. Lights in 5th position. Murphy in 6th. Not sure what happened between Murphy and Echo, but we'll find out eventually. As it's been a very action-packed race to say the least, hasn't it? Jonathan, what a joke of the race. So far shot also got taken out. Emerson, get in there! That is Emerson's 3rd race win of his of the season, and his 8th race win of his career there for Emerson. Fantastic stuff then on Mercedes home ground, and brilliant stuff there from Emerson. Wow, what a race it was today, and he has narrowed the points advantage. I think hang on a minute, I think it's down to 5 points, possibly, maybe something like that, possibly, who knows. Echo also saying a ridiculous race there. Some people are struggling to drive under the safety car. Anyway, let's just take a quick look at the final classification then from the German Grand Prix. Hats off to Emerson for not getting a penalty, and because of that, that's what got him the race win. Nigel up from 13th to 3rd. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Same from Murphy from 14th to 6th there. Absolutely spectacular. Final classification then. Emerson won this race there from Granty in 2nd, Nigel in 3rd, Steve in 4th position with Young Lights in 5th, Murphy 6th, Mr. Elite 7th, Echo 8th, Jonathan in 9th position, 10th position is Mumford, Far for Length and Twang in 12th position. Retirement, Stringy, Roscoe, Fisher, Matt, Farshot, Toon, Gunnar and Sam, who had a DNS there unfortunately there. And as Droffer said, more penalties than a German football team. Hats off. Okay, we've got Emerson and Granty in the party. I think we had Nigel as well, but I'm not sure to be honest, so I can't do two things at once. Emerson, wow. I gotta say, that was a cracking pole position. Let's go all the way back to qualifying first, shall we? But, well, before we do that, congratulations on the win then. That was your 8th win of your race career. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, I mean, not gonna lie, that lap kind of came out of nowhere when it comes to qualifying. I mean, I didn't really think I had the pace, but I was one of the last cars out on track, so I think probably track evolution and a pretty decent lap was what got me pole position. But yeah, when it comes to the race, I mean, I knew Granty had a penalty. I mean, I made one small mistake earlier on in the race, which allowed him to get the lead, and then I had 2 warnings throughout the whole race, and I knew that he had 1 penalty. So I kind of played it in the fact that I knew he had a penalty and just had to stick within those 3 seconds and not get a penalty in the situations where it's risky to get a penalty like turn 1 and the final corner. So I kind of, those last laps, sorry to the viewers for not making it very entertaining, not trying to dive from anywhere, but I needed to get that win and not get that penalty, so I mean, it paid off.
Well, don't worry about that. We had entertainment everywhere else, as you may find out later on. When did you pick up your second penalty then? Because that must have been quite a long couple of laps than when you was trying to get that final penalty. So when did you pick up the second one? What lap was it?
Oh well, I had the first one on the very first lap, I think, or the second lap, and then I think it wasn't long after. I got the second warning, so I pretty much had to go the entire race with trying to not get that last warning. So it was quite a difficult situation to manage, but I just about did it.
Blimey, especially those especially those difficult conditions as well. So absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. Then, and when the rain did come, then did you feel that? Did you feel more comfortable in the wet weather, or because it seemed like you was good all whatever weather it was today?
I mean, I'm always comfortable in the wet, but I was just as comfortable in the wet as I was the dry today. But I just couldn't catch Granty on the straights. I think his wings must have just been that little bit higher than lower than mine, and he had the straight line advantage. So with DRS, I might have been able to get close, but I couldn't really get anywhere near the back of him. Only into the hairpin down the back straight. But like I said, I just had to keep that, make sure he didn't get that 3-second gap on me, and not get a penalty, and ended up winning. So.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. Well done, Emerson. Your 8th race winner in your career. Brilliant stuff today. Absolutely fearless. Brilliant stuff. Granty, second today. But you won on the road there. But unfortunately, that 3-second penalty really cost you the win today.
Yeah, pretty gutted, mate. To be honest, just really unfortunate with the safety cars, man. I mean, like I was getting away from Emerson like pretty much like every lap. Like I was keeping the consistency, and then when the safety car came in and there was only like 4 laps left, I was like, yeah, Emerson's got this unless he gets a penalty. But yeah, and then obviously it was with the other guys as well. Like if they had penalties, like, I could have dropped even more. So just quite glad I actually finished second. And yeah, and obviously got the fastest lap, so it gave me an extra point. So I'm pretty chuffed for that.
You're becoming the hunter now. I think the gap is down to 4 points if my maths is right. Don't quote me on that, guys, because I got that completely wrong the other day. But I think it's down to 5 points now. Are you feeling the pressure going into Mexico in a week's time?
I mean, obviously I won it last season. I know I got a good place around there as well. Just to see if Emerson can get through on Q3 this time, and I'm sure it'll make a hell of a difference this race next week coming.
Excellent stuff. Well done, Grant. And how did you find the wet weather conditions in the end then? Must admit I was enjoying the battle between you and Emerson, but some other drivers out there was kind of causing chaos there, so we couldn't watch it as much. But I bet you're enjoying the battle with Emerson.
Yeah, I love battling with Emerson, man. Like obviously we're in a party, so we're just keeping it clean and just making the right moves when it's needed, and yeah, just getting out there for the viewers, because I'm sure everybody wants to see me and Emerson battle out, because we are fighting for the Drivers' Championship. Just really happy that I can put it on the stream for you guys, and for Emerson himself to battle out with me.
It's really good viewing, I've got to say. Well done, guys. Fantastic today. I know who can forget the Season 1 champion, Nigel, as well, who's also in the mix as well, just further back in a moment. But Nigel, today, I got to say, you got knocked out of Q2, which was a bit of a surprise for us, but you definitely made it up for it in the race.
Yeah, there was no pace in the qualification. I don't know how it happened that I'm here today on P3, but yeah, very happy about it.
Indeed. If you were to get into Q3, do you reckon that the win was on today? Because I felt that you got up to the points fairly quickly, early on actually, though, with all the chaos going on. But did you think if you was in Q3, you probably had a more realistic chance to battle out with Emerson and Granty?
Yeah, you never know about look at Jonathan. He was in the Q3 and he's now 10th, I think.
10th or 9th,
yeah. So sometimes you can get the win if you go to Q3. Sometimes you not. Yeah. It's life. It's hard.
Hard luck, but of course, going into Mexico in a week's time. Then, how are you feeling for that one? The highest altitude track there. You feeling good going into that one?
Yeah, I hope so. I will be back at the podium.
Indeed. I've got to say, though, you've been on the podium quite a lot of time. Well, you've been on the podium 4 times so far this year. So, yeah, I think you guys are making a habit at the moment, you three. You're becoming my best friends. Anyway, we're moving on to Mexico in a week's time, everyone. Been a fantastic race tonight, but I have a feeling that there might be some disciplinaries on the get-go. So, yeah, so there's going to be some parish notices in Q1 next week. Anyway, join us next week for Mexico. That's going to be a fantastic race. Tomorrow night is silver, though, and so the silver drivers have been absolutely enjoying this broadcast tonight. A couple of the guys have also been commenting as well. It's been great to see, and they're going to be in action tomorrow night on the same track here in Germany. Join us tomorrow night at 7:30.